What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. This is the official coverage for the men's open finals. We are also going to see actually the men's physique finals as well, but we're not going to be far off from the open. You guys, I know you guys were tuned in for the prejudging. Absolutely unbelievable prejudging. I did figure that Hadi was going to be good. I did think he was going to be good. I did not expect him to be even as good as what we saw at prejudging. It was absolutely incredible. Now, I've made a video about this already. I actually have asked the question on my community tab. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, I'm sure that I see you guys in the community tab on a regular basis. The thing of it is, Hadi really, like I said, showed up incredible, absolutely incredible. But Samson, although I wouldn't say that he was off, it's not fair to say that he was off in particular. But he was not as good as Hadi, and that counts for a lot. That counts for an awful lot. But look, we're going to get into the stream here, you guys. We're going to await first the men's physique. Why is my video not showing? This is good. I got to change the source. This is how things go, you guys. There's always technical difficulties. Let's see, not that image. This one? No, that's Wesley Vissers, who won the Classic Physique title earlier today. Or, sorry, yesterday. Properties. Bear with me for 1 sec, guys. Let's see. I need to change this capture here. It's always the way when it comes to live streams. There's always technical difficulty. Yeah, always the way. Capture method. You guys let me know who you had ahead in prejudging in the men's open. It should be there. I don't understand why it's not. Uh, Bear with me for just a sec, guys. Sorry about this. It was there. There it is. Okay. For whatever went on, we're good now. We're good now. All right. They did have the schedule up. I think it's going to be individual routines coming up first. But yeah, like I was saying, very exciting prejudging. Very exciting. Yeah, I do have Hadi winning after prejudging. Absolutely. Should not be long, and they'll start getting into some of the competitors, I'm sure. Brent Balster, Hadi is clearly better than Samson. Hadi is most definitely better conditioned than Samson. There's no question. He showed up with undeniable conditioning. And that's the best way to win shows, you guys. Show up, undeniable. And that's exactly what Hadi did. Samson, like I said, was good, but the fact of the matter is, Hadi is just, well, after prejudging anyway, he was just better. At finals, I don't know. These guys have had a whole day to make improvements, to make changes. What kind of changes could they have made in that period of time? We can see drastic changes in that period of time. It is not uncommon to see a completely different bodybuilder on night two. Phil Heath was the king of doing that while he was Mr. Olympia. They literally called him Mr. Saturday Night because he showed up so much better the second day. Now, are we going to see that out of Samson Dauda? Are we going to see that if Hadi can even make any improvements? Are we going to see a better version of Hadi? Imagine that. Imagine that. The men's physique, I don't follow a lot of men's physique. The most following I guess I could say I do of men's physique would be, man, Hart McGrath's channel. If you guys aren't following Hart McGrath on YouTube, absolutely go check him out. Incredible, incredible channel, incredible men's physique coverage. He's pretty much the only guy in the game, I think, that exclusively covers men's physique. But it's not just his coverage of men's physique, it's his presentation of it. You got to go check out his channel. It's really professional stuff, really well done. And yeah, definitely go subscribe to Hart McGrath. There's I didn't see the prejudging for the men's physique either, but I'm familiar with most of the competitors. Um, I know Kyron Holden was in there, and he did very well last year. I don't know if they're going to start with bikini or not. Mr. Manual 23, what's up, dude? Have you seen changes on Hadi? Um, I'm not sure when it comes to this show in particular. Definitely, might have to be a little bit more specific. Does Hadi is definitely better than what we saw at the Olympia. There's no question that he was better. I expect him to be just as good tonight. I don't think that Hadi is going to slip. I think he is just, frankly, far too concentrated. I really think that he came in with a different mindset this time around after losing his Olympia title. And remember, you guys, if Hadi does take home the win tonight, this is going to firmly put him in second place. I mean, he really was technically already because he was the second best in the world in 2023. But this is going to narrow the gap of what people would have thought would have been between Derek and Hadi at this point, if Hadi didn't show up here. But he did show up, and he showed up, and he put everyone on notice after the prejudging. Everyone. Mr. Manuel says, I have seen him more shredded and with a better midsection. His back's still more or less the same for me. Look, 2019 Vancouver Pro was Hadi's best look. Is he as good here? I would honestly have to do the comparison to really be sure. Maybe I'll get a hold of Mark's Max Muscle about that. But without a doubt, he showed up better than Samson, frankly. He showed up better than Samson. But to answer the question about the 2019 Vancouver Pro, actually, there was no question. I just kind of threw it in there as his most shredded look. My gut tells me that he's not as good as what he was at the 2019 Vancouver Pro. It's a very, very high standard to meet. If you guys have not seen Hadi Choopan from the 2019 Vancouver Pro, do yourself a favor, go and look it up, because it was unbelievable, the conditioning that he had, and not just the conditioning, but the hardness of the muscle around. Go check it out. You'll do yourself a favor, and compare it with tonight. When you get a chance, we'll see what he looks like tonight. But I am expecting, like I said, just as good of a version. But man, that 2019 Vancouver Pro was a ridiculous look for Hadi. Ridiculous. 2019 Hadi is amazing. Man, he was amazing. He was incredible. Yeah, he was incredible. Brent Boster. Would have Andrew Jack been a clear cut number three here if he competed here? You know what? That's a really good question. I haven't even thought about Andrew Jack yet. There's a couple of guys we could think about actually, but to stay with Andrew here, would he have been a clear cut number three here? As of right now, you have Rafael Brandao, who is in presumably third place. So I guess the question really could be, is Andrew Jack defeating Rafael Brandao? If he brought his... I feel like Andrew's best, yeah, definitely could. I mean, he defeated Hunter Labrada, and Hunter placed higher than Rafael at the 2022 Olympia. So, presumably, I think so. Especially if it was his 2022 Texas Pro look, or even close to that, maybe a little bit more conditioned. But yeah, Andrew Jack, I wouldn't say clear cut necessarily, because I think it would be unfair to say that without actually comparing. Now, this is another chance to get a hold of Mark about this. I got to start writing these down or some shit. to do a comparison between 2022 Texas Pro Andrew Jacked and um, this year's 2024 Rafael Brandao. It'd be interesting. It would certainly be interesting. I do think he would take third, though. I think he would beat Rafael. Yes. It's too bad that he didn't end up doing this show. It really is. He would have been a great addition. I guess one thing to consider is where Andrew Jack could have showed up if he wasn't at his best, because from the sounds of it, he wasn't confident that he would have been. So, not at his best, I'd say Andrew Jack. Well, for who we presumably have in fourth and fifth as a potential, you've got either John Delarosa, James Hollingshead, or Antoine Vaillant. Now, would Andrew place ahead of those guys with their current look, even if he was not necessarily at his best? Let's say he came in at the way that he was feeling, he came in at 95%. Probably still good enough to defeat James Hollingshead with his current look. Antoine is extremely aesthetic, and he is. I see. There it is. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to see the two of them standing next to each other. He could, but Brandao is a difficult physique to beat. He absolutely is. I usually expect a lot from this bodybuilder after prejudging. I believe everyone is coming in harder in finals. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Especially, hopefully for Samson, because it seems like it's a pretty wide gap. I did a poll on my community tab here, and I'll just look it up quickly to let you guys know what the results were. So the question was, who will be the 2024 Arnold Classic champion? Out of post I made an hour ago, 224 votes. Hadi at 81%. 81%. So that's actually the same margin after which I saw the poll results for if Wesley was going to be the Classic Physique champion. So that's really saying something. That's really saying something. But yeah, Rubiel Mosquera. I mean, we could talk about him. Where would he have placed in this lineup? Um, he's unlike any of the physiques that are up there. He's not an aesthetic bodybuilder, and most of the well, I mean, Hadi even has his aesthetic qualities here. I think he's presenting a much more aesthetic physique, or I guess you could say presenting his physique in a very aesthetic way. Um, Antoine is very aesthetic, Samson, of course. Rafael Brandao, very aesthetic. So, where would just a sheer mass monster place in this lineup? Rubiel, I don't know. I think probably. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a bodybuilding competition, and we have seen mass monsters, obviously, awarded at the Arnold Classic. Third, say third. I think he well third or fourth. It's hard to say if he would beat Rafael Brandao. He would overwhelm him in muscle, no question. But as he would with even James Hollingshead and Antoine for sure. Well, I mean, he'd be the biggest guy on the stage. But I think you would probably see Rubio Mosquera in maybe the third or fourth spot. Appreciate you guys joining me here on the live stream. We're just awaiting the finals for the men's open at the 2024 Arnold Classic. Still waiting. I think they're actually going to do men's physique first. I think they're doing men's physique first. Which, I mean, look, this is the highest level of men's physique. If there's a show happening, even a regular season show, to be honest with you guys, if there's a show happening where men's physique is in that show, I usually do catch it at least a little bit of it. But I know that there's exclusively men's physique shows that exist out there, and those ones I don't really follow. I'd say the men's open is my first love, but man, classic is very quickly moving up in my books. I mean, just it was really exciting earlier watching Wesley win his title, and a lot of people did not. Well, I mean, nobody had Wesley actually winning the show going into it. If any, it was a very very small percentage. I had him in, I think, fourth or maybe third. I can't remember now. But I did say in my video leading up to the show that if it was up to me, you would just hand Wesley the trophy. And look, he showed up, and yeah, he did his job. He did his job. Let's get into some of the comments here. Guys, do you think that Hadi can beat an improved version of Derek, taking into account that he has less time to improve? Do you think that Hadi can win the 2024 Mr. O? I think that this showing from Hadi so far tells us a couple of things in regard of the 2024 Mr. Olympia. I think that Hadi showing up like he did, like I said earlier, really narrows the gap between what we would have thought could have been between Derek Lunsford, especially an improved version of Derek Lunsford, assuming that he will improve in the off season, as compared to this version of Hadi Choopan. I think that Hadi is showing everyone that he still has what it takes to be Mr. Olympia, and I'm confident that he could do it. Sean Turner, what's up, dude? When Wes walked out, I had him winning. Yeah, man. I mean, it was undeniable. It really was. When he started from the first pose, man, just Wesley nailed it. I'm really, really happy for him. Brent Ballster. I would have liked to be at this show in person. I believe Samson's dark complexion doesn't help him, doesn't do him any justice on live streams. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But that's, that's not really something that I think took away from being able to assess his physique, especially last year. I suppose actually that might not be fair to say because I actually had Nick winning last year, based on the live stream. From some from some of them that were there, they said it was very clear that Samson was the winner. But actually, Superset Man, if you guys don't follow Superset Man on YouTube, go ahead and give him a follow as well. He actually sent me all of the comparison pictures of the first call out for the 2023 Arnold Classic. And myself, Superset Man, Goat Fitness, I believe Mark as well, Mark's Max Muscle, all of us had the conclusion after doing another comparison that Nick was the winner. Anyway, we don't want to talk too much about last year's Arnold Classic. Nick's not even here, unfortunately. Would have been a great addition. Actually, maybe we can't stop talking about Nick yet. How would Nick have done in this Arnold Classic lineup? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. Would he defeat this version of Hadi Choopan? That's a really good question. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think about that. I guess I'm not really sure. I guess I'm not really sure. He is going to be improved when it comes to the New York Pro. There's no question there. Could he have won? I think that he definitely could have beat this version of Samson, most definitely. And I think he would have a shot against Hadi Choopan. I think he would, assuming that Nick is going to make the improvements that I think he is going to make. Nick's update pictures, just to be able to go off of them, he has a track record of, living up to his, his shots on Instagram, really, when it comes to hitting that stage. So, yeah, yeah, I think Nick would have had a chance at winning. Sean Turner, should Sebum be concerned if West can bring up the sweep in the quads? Yeah, yeah, I think he should. I think upper body wise, from the front and from the side. Well, from the front for sure. Wesley takes Chris Bumstead. I mean, his biceps are far superior to Chris's for sure. With more quad sweep, I think that would definitely win him that pose. But again, you guys can go check out Superset Man's video. He did a comparison between this version of Wesley Vissers and the 2023 version of Chris Bumstead. And it did come out, well, not to spoil the video, but well, I suppose if I say any more, then it would be spoiling it. Go check out the video. It was a really really good. It was a really really good one. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He said that Chris would pretty much overwhelmingly win when it comes to the side shots, when it comes to the back shots. I mean, overall, it came down to Chris. So if Wesley makes improvements through the legs, and if he can bring up, I think, from the front and back, his legs, yeah, Chris is going to be in trouble. At minimum, I think Wesley is going to Probably be the next in line to win as a result of this show anyway, not to be too presumptuous, but one could deduce that Wesley could be the next champion when Chris Bumstead decides to retire, which we know that Chris might have another season or two. This could be it after this year. But Wesley presumably would be next in line. And I do think that Wesley still has a lot of room to improve. Either way, it's going to make Classic very, very exciting this year because you guys got to remember, Ramon is going to come in way better for the Olympia. I can almost guarantee it. Mr. Manuel 23. I believe West can win one Mr. Olympia in 2025 where Sebum is not as prime and West is peaking. Man, if Wesley does make improvements and if Chris is the same, I think it might be fair to say. I'd have to think about that a little bit more, but if Chris does show up the same and Wesley is massively improved, then yeah, maybe. Like I said, it all comes down to pretty much the legs. Pretty much the legs. He's just got to bring them up. And he said that he thought that he could bring better conditioning than what he showed as well. So you would definitely see more separation in the quads from Wesley than we have from Chris. Maybe Chris is going to see this and it's going to light a fire under him, though. I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? Chris Bumstead is not going to go down easy. That I can say 100%. And like I said, as of right now, I think that Chris would beat him. I think Chris would beat him. Just comes down to bigger legs. Sean Turner, Urs, I think, over diets. What are your thoughts on his condition at this year's Arnold? So I mentioned it in my earlier video as well. I think that Urs looked much better on the high definition footage from Gilco Productions. Another channel, a page you guys got to go follow on Instagram. Absolutely, the HD footage is unmatched in the industry, and Urs was more conditioned than it looked like in the live stream. But even still, he didn't have that feathering in the quads and that the striated glutes like we saw leading up to the show. It did not translate over to the stage. I think he may have spilled over a little bit. I is the best that I can figure. I'm not 100% sure, but something definitely happened. He could probably stand to look at making some. I don't even know if that's fair to say. I mean, Urs is 25 years old. Does he really need to do anything at this point except continue to train? How many variables does he really need to control at 25? He's still very, very new. All of these stimulus that anyone that's been a hardcore lifter for over 20 years or more would say that you have to switch things up. But Urs is still very early in his lifting career, and that's actually a really good point. Urs is very early in his lifting career. With more experience, perhaps, and with trying different training methods, that could make a big difference in him already. Like I said, he's only 25. I'm just coming to this realization, actually. The training. How can you forget the training? The training is a huge variable to control. Huge. And not to say that he doesn't control, have a plan, obviously, when it comes to training. I'm sure he's very advanced in his training for his age. But some things come down to years of experience and trying different things. He hasn't had the time to try different things yet. You just watch. If he changes up his training, I'm gonna follow along actually to see if he does end up doing that. To see if that's a specific variable that he wants to change. Hunter Labrada did it when it came to his 2023 off season. Concentrated on the midsection. He wanted to nail the peak. Wanted to come in better conditioned, and as far as I'm concerned, he accomplished those things. Anyway, Brent Balster, EP, who has brought the best package to the Arnold Classic in its history? Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know the entire history of the Arnold Classic. Um, it's a very tough one. But Brandon Curry in 2019 was excellent. When it comes to a little bit more of a modern day, I guess you would say, um, comparison. But I don't know. I don't know. I can tell you that I always had a soft spot for Cedric McMillan's physique. I think that he was absolutely unbelievable when it comes to the balance between aesthetics and mass. You know, may he rest in peace. He was a great Arnold Classic champion. I really, really enjoyed his physique, especially at the Arnold. He's one of the few competitors out there in the Pro League that used to really specifically want to do the Arnold and felt like he actually accomplished more after winning the Arnold than somebody with the Olympia. So yeah, I'm gonna go with now. Like I said, I'd have to check out all the champions, but Cedric has got to be right up there, right up there. Where would Rough Diesel place at this Arnold lineup? That's a really good question. Where would Rough Diesel place? At his best, well, he did defeat Wesley. However, that would be another good comparison. Um, Wesley is much improved. Wesley is much improved. So difficult to say. I think that he probably would have taken at least second. I don't. No, I don't think. Very very tough question. Very tough question. Sean Turner, good one, man. That was really good. I don't know. Potentially first, but I'd have to lean toward second based on how Wesley showed up. He would have destroyed Ramon and Urs and actually, you know what? He's more comparable to Breon, so in a weird way, that may have worked in Breon's favor to have somebody else of his similar flow. But yeah, second at least. So they're getting into some of the comparisons from prejudging, and now they click them off the screen. Great, guys. This is a live stream that Arnold Schwarzenegger has put out for free, which is why we're able to stream this on YouTube right now. So huge, huge shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and yeah, support the live stream, and you know, not to say that you're supporting the live stream in particular. What you want to go do is go to the Arnold Classic website, put in your email, right? It's free. Just put in your email. You can sign up for the live stream, and that's what really would help the event. Cedric, yeah, dude. Yeah, Cedric was, I mean, he was a gem. He was a gem. If he ever came in shredded out of his mind, we would have been seeing something similar, especially in 2024. Cedric competing in 2024 and peeled out of his mind would do very, very well. Very well. So I don't think it's going to be too long, and they're going to get into some of the competitors. Shouldn't be much longer. I'm actually just going to check the group chat that we have. There's Superset Man. I mentioned on my stream yesterday. Superset Man started a group on Instagram, and he invited myself and a bunch of other bodybuilding channels. He invited Xavier over at Desktop. There's Project Bodybuilding, Jake Ultimate Fitness, Marks Max Muscle, Sanch at Bodybuilding News Network, Goat Fitness. Like, it's cool for all of us to be in one chat like that. Oh, my volume's low. Okay. Do you mean on my mic? How's that? Is that better? Yeah. Let me know if the sound is off here, you guys. I can definitely bump that up. Superset Man had a poll on his channel. He asked the question, "Who's winning the 2024 Arnold Classic?" And after 1,700 votes, 85% are in favor of Hadi Choopan. Sounds good now, Clint. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, dude. Awesome, awesome. Zane Toner, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Mr. Manuel 23. I'm hyped to see Tonio versus Nick. I can see Tonio with similar potential to Dexter Jackson. That's a comparison that's made a lot. I can see Tonio in the top 5 someday. Man, I can too. I can. I talked to Tonio quite a bit actually on Instagram, and he is extremely confident going into this year. He really does. He really does believe that he can beat Nick Walker at the New York Pro. Um, you guys got to go check out some of his updates. You have to go and check out the way that he's been training and who he's been training with lately. He actually went to Brazil to train for a month with the very famous trainer over there, Johan. I can't remember his last name, and I don't want to do him a disservice of not giving him a proper shout out. So just let me look that up here. That is Johan. I know I follow him. Johan Schatz. I don't want to mispronounce either. I apologize, but he's a legendary trainer. I watched him work with Amir Omaragic last year when he did the Arnold Classic Brazil, and he's a fantastic trainer. And I know Tonio got a lot out of going over there, a lot, and he's planning on going back. You'll see massive improvements from Tonio in this upcoming season. Can he beat Nick Walker? Nick is, I mean, Nick's on a mission himself. Nick is on a huge mission. Nick wants a win. He wants a win badly. He wants the Olympia badly. He firmly believes that he would have won the 2023 Olympia. He said multiple times, everybody else is lucky that he didn't end up showing up. Einer in, what's up? Welcome back. When bodybuilders pump their iron, my knees scream, "Oh, please!" in hypertrophy's flight. So flex those guns, but mind your stance, lest your joints join the tendonitis dance. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I like it. Mr. Manual 23. I'm hyped to see Tonio versus Nick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Me too, man. Big time. I should get Tonio back on the channel here soon to give us a rundown on how his off season's been going. I've been meaning to get him back on. We've been talking about it, just haven't made it happen yet. There's actually a fair few guys that I'm going to get back on the channel. For those of you that don't know, I've been spending some time over on the Canadian Beef podcast with Robin Strand and Morgan McDonald, which is funny because actually I've done it twice now, and Morgan wasn't there for either of them. But yeah, you guys got to go support the Canadian Beef podcast. It's really awesome to be able to go on with these pro bodybuilders and just shoot the shit. It's great, man. These guys are super cool guys too. Like Robin is really down to earth, man. Like just a nice dude. I'm telling you. And he's another guy we're going to be talking about coming up because he's got his sights set on an Olympia qualification this year. Tonio has a great physique, very pleasing to look at. Looks like my favorite Arnold Classic winner, Dexter Jackson. Yeah, he does. Yeah, absolutely he does. Tonio would have done well in this lineup. I think that you probably, you would have seen Tonio in third, at least. And if he showed up improved and at his all-time best, it's very possible that you would see Tonio Burton maybe even ahead of Samson with this current version of Samson. I'm not sure. I'd have to see it. I'd have to see it. I wonder if the dates of the Arnold is something that affects what competitors may consider competing at it. Well, actually, I would say that it certainly would. There are certain competitors that enjoy competing shortly after the Olympia because they are already in shape. All they need to do is stay in shape. For some competitors, they enjoy that. For others, I know that there's some competitors, like Charles Griffin has told me, the way that he likes to do it is to compete later in the season. So I think you would have a different mix of guys. In the Arnold Classic if they did it later in the season. When about are they starting the Open? What time does the Open start? Hey, what's up, John? Could have texted me, dude. The Open, They had the schedule up, and I can't remember, to be honest. Hopefully they'll put it up again here. I think they're doing men's physique first. They might be bringing out the men's open for. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But they should be starting with competitors. I think by 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's 8 o'clock here, Atlantic time. So yeah, it should be shortly. Hadi Choopan, yes sir. Hadi is going to be, very exciting to see tonight. Very exciting. So you guys let me know, if you've got Hadi Choopan winning this show or if you've got Samson Dauda. I'd like to hear from some of the Samson Dauda supporters. Let me know why you think Samson is going to end up taking the win here. Well, there's one. There's one there. Jacqueline McKinde. Jacqueline McKinde. I apologize. Let me know why do you favor Samson? Is it even worth watching if Hadi's destined to? Of course it is. Of course it is, dude. You don't turn off a bodybuilding competition, when you're streaming it online if you know who's going to win already. I mean, I watched Michael Crizo do it at the M Pro, but I mean, dude, it was still a great show to watch. It was a great show to watch. Sometimes it's fun to watch these guys come in and just dominate too, right? I mean, it is. I don't want to see it every show, but every so often it is kind of fun to watch a guy just come in and just there's no chance for anybody else, because usually it's a very impressive physique when those situations happen. So yeah, it's worth watching, and it could be closer at the finals than it was at prejudging. Samson could make improvements. Rich B, what's up, dude? Appreciate you, bro. Had Samson winning based on aesthetics. Unfortunately, Hadi brought his trademark condition, but it's definitely close. Rich, a lot of people don't think it is close. A lot of people think that it is Hadi miles ahead of Samson. I haven't seen a lot of people say that it's actually close, man. To be honest with you, there was one guy in my comments that left one that said he said that what was it? I got a lot of comments there, you guys. Sorry about that, but it was where he said he thought I was out of my mind because I was saying that it was close between Samson and Hadi, and I did not say that at any point. I actually didn't think it was very close. Muscle time. Hadi looks granite, prejudge. Samson looks a bit soft, but both have fantastic physiques. I think that Samson, if you're going to say that he's soft at all, I think just more that he lacks a bit of separation from what we can see. But I wouldn't say that he's soft. But compared to Hadi, Hadi's just so on. It could give the illusion of Samson being not as conditioned, as a possibility. I don't think that's the case. I think Hadi's clearly just, the better bodybuilder tonight. But yeah, okay. We got another couple comments on Samson. I'm rooting for Samson because his shape is beautiful. However, I think Hadi beat him last night. And that's been the opinion. I appreciate it, Rumble Rumble. Thank you. That's been the opinion of a lot of people, and that's good that people will give Hadi his fair due, because he did show up that good, and there's no ego involved in those types of comments, and that's yeah, it's absolutely true. So it's good that people see that. And people have said that about Nick Walker in the past too. Like, hey, we didn't think he was going to be this good. The 2022 Arnold Classic was a prime example. Was it 2022 or 2021? I'm mixing up the two of them maybe. No, it was 20, and I can't remember. Now I got to look it up. I think it was 2022. Arnold 2022. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's keep going here. There's too many comments to be looking up shit right now. I believe it isn't close. Mr. Manuel, I believe it isn't close. I have to say that I'm not watching right there. I can only judge with the media I have. Yeah, and me as well. Me as well. you I I actually am a believer that you can gain a bit of a kind of a vision for live stream quality footage. It is the entirety of how I consume bodybuilding content. And after a while, I feel after seeing, poor, it's funny to say, and it might sound a little bit weird, but after seeing some poor live stream footage, I feel like you almost gain an ability to see through it for what guys are more like. Not necessarily exactly what they're like, but I feel like you can kind of decipher through some of the bad quality after you gain, so much time just looking at physiques. I feel like I have an ability to do it. I don't know. You guys let me know if you feel the same. But yeah, from what we're seeing, like I said, I mentioned the Gilco Productions 4K footage. That is certainly very telling. There's no question. And I think that Hadi did look like he was better. Yeah, Nick 121. Yeah, Brandon 122. That's right. That's right. Yeah, appreciate it on your end. Thanks. Samson poses so gracefully for his size. I wish his arms would explode after he takes a break. Samson, I think, needs a break. I think he needs a break. Milos was bragging about how Samson has done like 9 shows in however amount of time. It's only like 2 years maybe. He did, man, he did a ridiculous amount of shows last year. So, yeah, he could use a longer off season. I feel, and just make improvements. He's still a huge guy, but he has room to put on. I feel a little bit more size. Yeah, what time are the finals, you guys? I don't know exactly what time the finals are. I'm waiting for them to show the schedule for the show again. Hopefully they do. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust my mic if you guys aren't hearing me very well. And it'll disappear. All right, let me know how that is. Is that any better? Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yep, appreciate it, you guys. Okay, let's see. Deep down inside, Fuad has Hadi winning. You think so? I think that Fuad is professional enough to tell it like it is. I don't think that he particularly favors his friends. I think that he would favor Samson a little bit, and I think that's understandable given his situation. But yeah, if he knows that Samson is a clear winner, I think he'll say it. I think he'll say it. I don't think he'll have any problem saying it. Yeah. Perfect. Thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate the technical support. Let's see. Jacqueline McKinday. Both Hadi and Samson brought their A game. Samson is no way watery. Besides his beautiful physique and his graceful and seamless posing, he is very much conditioned to how it appears on screen. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I absolutely can. Yep, I think you're right. I'm gonna tilt up the mic a little bit. Yeah, now my shoulder's not hitting it. Anyway, um, let's see what else do we got. Between the two, Samson. Between the two, J.K. What's going on, dude? Between the two, Samson has more easy task since he got that good shape, but Hadi last night beat Samson, even presented a better X frame than Samson. Cover both guys' lower body and look. Yeah, I mean, you can't just cover the lower body, though. I mean, why would you just cover the lower body, dude? You gotta, it's got to be the full physique. This isn't men's physique. Even men's physique counts for an amount of shape in the board shorts now, 2 inches above the knee and all that fun stuff. Fuad has a lot of stake in the game. Fuad is going to come out of the Arnold Classic smelling like a rose no matter what happens. Doesn't matter. He's got Sam Sulik there. He's got the whole hostile crew there. That doesn't matter. If Samson comes in second, I mean, Samson is still going to be a favorite going into the Olympia. Samson has a huge following of his own. He's a very likable guy, man. And the content he puts out has to be commended. Has to be commended. If Nick came in with top class condition, could he beat this Hadi? Possibly. Possibly. But I would. See, I really like Nick. I'm a big fan of Nick's physique. If he comes in as good as I think he could, then yes. I think so. But it would be very close. And it would be a very, very tough call. I guarantee if I was to put a poll up about that, if that scenario took place, it'd be split 50-50. Hey, EP, as someone who has 3K subscribers, well, I'm close. Do you get paid from YouTube? Yeah, I hit monetization, to be honest with you guys, very early after the 2022 Olympia. That's when I started my channel, was the middle of December in 2022. I started doing videos right away, and they really gained traction, relatively speaking, pretty much right away. My 5th or 6th video, I was looking it up earlier today, just thinking about my old Olympia coverage. And I did a video on Urs Kalasinski, and I asked the question, is Urs too shredded for classic physique? And that got like 17,000 views. And it was like my 6th video that I ever did. Do I get paid a lot? No. I'm not going to retire on YouTube anytime soon. Let me tell you, I'm not going to be getting rid of my diving company anytime soon. That is how I pay the bills. This is still something that I mostly do for for fun. I do want it to get as big as it can so that it has more of a potential, for more monetization. Honestly, I'd like to get my channel bigger so that I can start working with, getting sponsors like supplement companies and things like that, just to be able to get to a level where it would be a milestone for me. But I've got a few milestones with this channel. I do want to hit 100,000 subscribers someday, and I am not going to stop until that happens. And when I do, I will go beyond it. Let's see. It's midnight. Yeah, that sucks. I've been there though when it comes to shows. Not many people deal with that more than Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding when it comes to late nights and show coverages. But you'd never know it if you didn't know where he lived. Pretty obvious he's Australian. But anyway, Muscle Time. My chats with Fuad many times. I've called him out for his favoritism. He admits he does it when concerning his athletes and their rivals, even when Rubiel beat Samson on certain shots. Oh yeah, sure, he's going to favor Samson. I don't think that that's unexpected, and I don't think it's unwarranted. Samson is not only his athlete, but you guys, Samson is his boy. Like those guys are pretty tight from what I understand, right? I have no problem with Fuad, backing his guy. Predict him to win. Fuck it. I mean, he's got a shot at it pretty much every show that he does. How could you not, say that Samson doesn't have a shot at winning every show he goes into? So yeah, predict him to win. Nick has so much flesh, it's like those chickens. What? I don't get it. Zane Toner diving company. Yeah, I own a commercial diving company. That's my day job. Yeah, that's what I do. Antonio Montana, we support you. Appreciate it, dude. Hey, appreciate you being back. What's going on? We're just waiting for the men's open to begin. They may be actually looking at doing men's physique first. I'm not sure. Let's see. Thank you for the transparency. Could you buy yourself a nice car if one of your videos would get Gangnam style views? Probably. I think anybody could, really. I don't know. I'm assuming that it's in the, hundreds of billions, probably. Well, not billions, but probably over a billion, Gangnam style, I would assume. Yeah, you could probably buy yourself a nice car with that. You'd probably hit 10,000 subscribers with one video, too. If Hadi loses, do you think Samson's Instagram will get taken down? Yeah, Yeah, probably. Probably. That whole thing with Derek, it was from Derek. For those of you that don't know, Derek Lunsford's Instagram got shut down because his account was getting spammed by so many Hadi Choopan fans after the 2023 Olympia that Instagram shut it down. It wasn't Derek that deactivated it. Instagram shut it down. But yeah, probably will happen for Samson. Did you say you own a diving company? What does a diving company? Yeah, okay, yeah. I do. I own a commercial diving company. We do man, the way that I usually put it for people that aren't in the industry is if it happens on the water or in the water or around the water, chances are that we do it. We do all manners of in-water repairs for concrete wharf structures. We do pile wrapping for wharves. We do underwater welding, burning, environmental and scientific data collection. We do a lot. I have a fleet of small boats as well that we operate through the diving company. So it's if I ever have a period where I'm not posting regularly, it's because I'm looking after my diving company. That's what my 9 to 5 is. Although it's not 9 to 5, we've been extremely busy. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, that's my trade: commercial diving. I'm a commercial dive supervisor, marine surveyor. This is and YouTuber. It's quite the combination, I know. We will attack Samson's Instagram. Nah, leave Samson alone. Come on. Samson puts out a lot of content, a lot of content all throughout the year. He hides nothing. He tells everyone what his training split is. You see the food that he eats. He tells you how he feels every day, man, Got to have a lot of respect for the amount of content that Samson puts out there. Canadian Beef Podcast is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Robin Strand, I'm sure. I'm assuming it's Robin. Here for it. Transporting coach. Transporting to coach now. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. No, glad you're here, man. Are you guys still going to do the live stream over there? Guys, go support Canadian Beef Podcast. Oh, they're doing the national anthem. That's usually a good sign that we're going to get into some divisions here. Have I ever competed in bodybuilding? No, no. I've been a gym rat for 20 years, and I've done many different styles of training. But I'm a gym rat at heart. I love to lift, man. I do. I love to lift, and the gym that I trained at back a number of years ago was a hardcore bodybuilding gym. There was a lot of bodybuilding competitors there, and although it never really just came into fruition of me competing, I was always around bodybuilders. That's who I trained with, and I needed an outlet for my for my love of bodybuilding, and that's how this channel came to be created. What time will the finals be UK time? Man, I have no idea. I have no idea. All right, they got Bob Ciccarillo coming out to do his thing. He'll give his spiel, and then 25 minutes later, we'll get into some competitors. Won't be that long, I'm sure. The show is starting. The finals are coming up. What's up, Mark Snyder? Good to see you back. Yeah, finals are coming up. Appreciate all you guys being here. If you haven't yet, make sure to like and subscribe. I do news videos all year long. I cover all of the big competitions and anything else that comes out in bodybuilding news. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, I actually don't do um, any. I haven't done anything with anybody over in the UK as of yet. I typically know what time it is in Australia because of Xavier. Um, Actually, Mark's Max Muscle lives pretty close to me. Hey man, I'll do a wrap up with you guys tomorrow. 100%. 100%. We'll just do it. We'll do a regular style. I'll get you up to date on OBS later. I figured it out. It can't be that hard. Raymond Jones is back. Let's go. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Raymond Jones. Oh, they've got Arnold giving his little speech before the show. He usually stops. Well, he always stops by the booth. Arnold has this schedule when it comes to the Arnold Classic weekend, and he's been doing it for so long that it's just clockwork for him. He knows where to be at what time. They bring him to where he needs to go, and yeah, he's on like clockwork. I mean, it's one of his secrets to success. So yeah, they should be getting into some competitors here soon. At some point, I'm going to have to stop and take a piss, but right now I'm just going to hold it. I want to see who comes out first. Looking forward to seeing how Samson and Milos respond. Now, I'm assuming that you mean I'm assuming that you mean when it comes to any changes that they can make. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm very interested in that too. I don't know how drastic of changes they could make, but I think that they'll. I think that they have the ability to make noticeable improvements. Is it going to be enough to defeat Hadi? I don't think so. No, I probably would say no. Hadi is far better than everyone. If Israelis lobby not interfere, Hadi definitely win. Can't say I know much about that, brother, but Hadi is Hadi's definitely ahead. I think as of right now. Let's see. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be absolutely crazy shredded, bone dry, nasty, striated to the whole conditioning? I've never competed, but I've wondered that for some time now. Um, I think I've always been curious. I've gotten down to pretty low body fat percentages. Not extremely low. I'm not going to sit here and say that I was, 6% or 7% or anything, but I've been down to as low as like, probably 12%, I think. 12 to 14. And I'm trying to get back there now. I was like 165 and just shredded, man. I'm only 5'7". That was 2012. Yeah, I was shredded, dude. Samson was good before he came on stage last night, but on stage we realized Hadi was much better because he was editing his photo masculine. Um, Hold on. Samson was good before he came on stage last night, but on stage we realized Hadi was much better because he was editing his photo. Um, all of these guys put filters on their photos. Every one of them, all of them. Does that doesn't matter. That's another skill that I think you gain being a YouTube commentator and assessing physiques on a regular basis. I just feel like you gain this ability to see through things like filters and bad quality video in order to see what is very close to the true representation of a competitor's physique. And it's pretty obvious when it's overly edited. And I do think that that's frowned upon for the most part these days. When you really, really making things look unrealistic, and it doesn't help the athletes either because they end up showing up, much, much less than what people come to expect. You may as well just be real about it. Vlad Sukaruchko, he was probably the biggest offender for that. Was it last year or year before? Anyway, he looked crazy on Instagram, and it just did not translate over. And he did look crazy on Instagram. Granddaddy of them all, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Hadi and Derek are on a different level. Some people have overhyped Samson. It's nothing he can do there, just better. Yeah, yeah, I see your point, and I think I do agree. Yeah, I don't think Samson's overhyped though. I mean, Samson is that good to deserve the hype. I mean, he's won multiple shows last year. He is the defending Arnold Classic champion, third at the Olympia, continues to move up in placings and with his physique. Does he need a break right now? Possibly. Could he just have not quite hit the peak properly this time? Every show is different, and any competitor will tell you that. Even ones that are very close to, proximity to each other time wise, there are still little variables that you have to control every time, and you don't always, you can have a very good formula, but part of that formula The majority of that formula is being able to manipulate variables based on a certain look and over a certain period of time. The last 48 hours, the last 28 hours. You can screw it up in that very easily, and it happens. Every show's a little bit different. The body, especially if shows are in close proximity to each other, the body is just a little bit more worn down, not responding to the same compounds as effectively. These are all things that need to be accounted for every show. Every show. Let's see. People think Samson will beat Hadi with his aesthetic shape and be like Hadi got an aesthetic shape as well on top. That has the best conditioning. Um, yeah, Samson is not going to beat Hadi on shape alone. And Hadi, I agree, does look very aesthetic this show. Very aesthetic. This is the most, aside from Vancouver 2019, Vancouver Pro 2019, this is his best look, I think. The midsection control is really what did it for me. I mean, obviously the conditioning is there. We knew that Hadi could get conditioned, but that midsection control was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He made improvements in the midsection control. There's no question. Okay, now they got Arnold on stage. We should be getting into some division here soon, you guys. I don't know which is the first one to. I don't know which is the first one to really come on. Is it possible to hear the commentators? I don't know. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for that or not. Can turn it down a little. Guys, let me know if it's coming through. If it's not, then I don't know. Sorry, man. I'm just translating what you are saying for Iranian brothers. I apologize. I I can speak rather quickly sometimes. Appreciate you translating. Thank you. Hadi has better condition when you compare to Samson. Yeah, he does, for sure. Samson could pull a Wesley's tonight if he didn't give up after prejudging. Samson's not going to give up. There's no way. If anything, Samson will just work harder. But even if Samson does take second place, I think that he is a bodybuilder that appreciates just simply competing and competing at the highest level. He wants to win. Of course, he wants to win. But second place, he will definitely appreciate, I think, more than others may. And he's just happy to be doing what he's doing, honestly. He was a construction worker before this, and he competes as much as he does, partly because he enjoys it. It's, of course, how he makes money, but he gets to travel the world, and he holds that in very high regard. Even now, he's here from overseas, from the UK, and he's in Ohio, another trip to the States. If Antoine used Palumbo's Big Mac protocol, then he's in the top three tonight. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know if Palumbo cut them out going into the competition or not. I'm not sure. Oh, I am gonna have to mute this when they start playing music and stuff because I'll get struck down for that. Yeah, I'll definitely get struck down for that. Samson was good before he came on stage last night, but on stage we realized Hadi was much better because he was at it. Yeah, you said that before actually. Like I said, uh, everybody edits their photos. What do you think about Hadi's condition in this competition, and do you think that he could win Mr. Olympia against Lunsford? His condition is fantastic, and he absolutely could win the Olympia. It's very easy to have confidence in him after seeing him in this competition. No question. He definitely still has the ability to win the Olympia. And if he does, he will be the first competitor to do so since Jay Cutler lost the title in 2008 and regained the title in 2009 against Dexter Jackson. The famous quad stomp happened that year. Antoine isn't beating Rafa. No, probably not. Probably not. But Antoine does look really good. Really good. Yeah, Antoine looks fantastic tonight. Oh, they're coming out with the first competitor. Said they're starting big. Does that mean they're starting with open? They're starting with open. They're going to do the comparisons for the open. Excellent. All right, guys. We are officially into the finals of the 2024 Arnold Classic. Let's do it. Let's go. They're going to start out with Akeem Williams. Now, Akeem showed up at the prejudging in really good shape for him. You know, he is much better conditioned than what we've seen at his previous showings. Let's see what he's got at the finals here. Looks like he's got good separation in the quads. The finals are now. The finals are now. Shredded, man. Akeem looks better tonight, I think, than he did um, at prejudging. I think he looks better. This is a pretty good routine, I think. You got to put the emphasis into the routine at the Arnold Classic. I mean, it's the Arnold Classic. It's taken more into consideration. Yeah, Akeem is very well balanced. He's very well conditioned. And yeah, I do think that he's better than prejudging. I think you could see Akeem move up based on this look here. We'll see what everybody else looks like, but this is excellent. Excellent version of Akeem. He should be very happy with this. You got to remember, Akeem has been top 6 in the Olympia in the past. For those of you just tuning in, they just began the men's open individual routines. They're starting the show with it, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, Akeem Williams is the first one out. Great showing for Akeem. Fantastic showing for Akeem. He should be very happy with that. Have I been recognized in your normal life as a celebrity YouTuber and had to give someone my autograph? No, sir. Can't say I have. No, I live in a small place called Cape Breton. Not not many bodybuilding fans in general around, which is part of why I needed to start my YouTube channel. I just didn't have an outlet. So, short answer is no. We'll see if I go to a competition. I might be going to the Toronto Pro in July. And you know what? This is a guy that you'll probably see at the Toronto Pro, Antoine Vaillant. Antoine looks fantastic. Yeah, and a really good poser. He always has unique posing posing routines. Yeah, very nice routine. Like to see him hit a few more shots here. Yeah, here we go. Yep, very good. Hitting some of those classic shots. Antoine has been preparing for this competition since 2022, I believe. He specifically wanted to return to the bodybuilding stage after the Olympia here at the Arnold Classic. He's been training with Morgan McDonald up there at Pure Muscle and Fitness for this prep, and Morgan's a recent resident of Ontario, training full time at Pure Muscle, owned by Dorian Hamilton. Shout out. But yeah, Antoine nailed it here. This is his best look to date. He wanted to bring the fullness when it came to his look here at the Arnold Classic, and he wanted to bring more balance between the upper and lower body, and I think he's done that. The striations through the shoulders and chest are some of the best in the competition. Yeah, some of the best. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Antoine is a very creative poser. He comes up with very creative posing routines. His guest posings are insane. I've seen him do a warrior with a sword and a shield. I've seen him do a rock star with a wig and a guitar. Like he goes for it, man. He's not afraid to do it. Hadi's stomach tightness on the turns is incredible. Yeah. I mean, Hadi definitely practices midsection control, no question. I'm sure your fame has probably been a blessing for us promiscuous men, if you know what I mean. No, I can't say that I do. Sorry, dude. I yeah, no, I've got a wife and kids. I've been a fan of yours for quite a while. I would have thought that a man of your fame would have a lot of fans visiting in the weekend. Does your village know how you make such videos? Um, Dude, do not put me on some sort of pedestal there. Let me tell you, I do not have fame in particular. I get great views and I have great conversations with other bodybuilding fans and commentators and pros and stuff like that. But fame, nah, I'm a pretty small fish in the bodybuilding world. But I am growing. It's definitely growing. The channel is doing well, and it's because of you guys. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in here. If you're just tuning in, they're still doing the men's open here, individual routines. Justin Rodriguez is up next. Now, Justin actually posted earlier on his Instagram about how he's still not able to present, or he didn't feel like he presented his physique on stage the way that it actually is. But he also said that he's not a quitter, and he's not. Justin has such a good attitude when it comes to bodybuilding, and based on how he looks here tonight, I think he looks pretty good. I think he looks better than prejudging. Um, his side shot, actually, his side chest was actually not bad at all. Good separation in the lower body. It's probably one of the better times I've seen him hit a side tricep. He needs a lot more triceps. That's the one thing that Justin, if he gained triceps, his physique would round out very, very well. But nonetheless, this is not a bad showing for Justin. This is not a bad showing for him. He was always very dominant in the back shots. A lot of width, good X frame. He looks better. He does. This is an improved version of Justin Rodriguez. Back lat spread. Yeah, excellent. Yep, really, really good showing here from Justin. Justin is showing here that he does still have, something left in the tank. I've seen a lot of people say that he is regressing, but he can still nail that conditioning, and I think that he's still an exciting part of any bodybuilding lineup. I I really really enjoy Justin's presence in the Arnold Classic here. How's he gonna do? I mean, he was in the last call out, but I don't think he's gonna finish last. No, I don't think so. Second to last, maybe depends on how Horse MD shows up here. We're gonna see him soon, I'm sure. Next up is that Rafael? Yeah, Rafael Brandao. Okay. Now we've seen a lot of improvements from Rafael, and as of right now, this is the guy that finished third after the prejudging, in my opinion. Rafael is about 12 to 14 pounds up from when he was on the 2022 Olympia stage. He's a very, very aesthetic bodybuilder, and gaining that size was his goal for his off season, and it looks like he did gain a decent amount of size. I would say he's a pretty talented poser. I don't think that's his best pose, um, but a unique poser as well. I think it's time to stand up. Yeah, okay. Now he's going to start showing us what he got. Yeah, good separation in the quads. Good pop from the lats in the front. Good conditioning overall. The abs are in, I would say, overall. All right, see some shots from the side. Good side chest. Yeah, good side chest. He could use a little bit more hamstring drop. Good side chest though. Yeah, good back double. Could use a little bit more legs from the back. That he's got a little bit of a gap. Yeah, so he can fix it with posing. Good back lat spread. Good X frame. I always look for that X frame in that back lat spread. So you can see his legs aren't as far apart as they once were, and he really closed that gap. That makes him look much better. Makes him look much bigger. Wait for Prince OG Persia. God's King is back. Yeah, he is back, man. He is back. Hadi really made a statement as prejudging. No question. Morteza Ganjour. Hope I pronounced that right. Hello, this year, Hadi has the best body in the world. This year, Arnold proved it to everyone by taking a selfie. Yeah, Arnold did be he was doing a lot of filming while Hadi was on stage, and he did seem particularly excited about Hadi. But yeah, Rafael is definitely a third place competitor in this lineup. Most definitely, I think he's got third place all wrapped up. I think it's a pretty good routine overall. You know, when it comes to the Arnold Classic, not bad, not bad. Let's see what they have up next. Yeah, Rafa wins most improved. Yeah. Eh, I don't know. I'd say when it comes to the overall physique, yeah, I think yeah, probably. Okay, John Delarosa. Now, John ended up doing much better than I think I gave him credit for going into the show. He showed up. I mean, I knew he was going to be good, but I didn't know he was going to be this good. Now, as for how he looks at the finals here, we'll let him hit a few more shots. He has a pretty interesting posing routine. I'd like to see some shots from the front here. I think his conditioning is there from the back. Really thick legs. Really thick legs. Good quads. It's hard to tell from the live stream footage, but I think he could use maybe some more separation in the quads from the front. Maybe a bit more striations through the shoulder. Good detail from the back, though. I think he's got good detail from the back. Good posing. He's got great control. Great control. Yeah, see, I like when competitors do this when they start getting into a little bit more of the classic poses after they do some of the mandatories. I mean, the mandatories is how we're really getting an assessment of your physique, right? When it comes to the overall competition. I like when guys come out, they'll hit some mandatory shots, and then they'll start getting into some of the, more classic posing or where they, kneeling down or anything like that. But yeah, John looks good. John looks good. He's working the stage well. He'll go from one side to the other. That's good. And this all counts, you guys. The audience reaction, without a doubt. I mean, look, the judges hear it. They do. You don't think when a big crowd starts going for a competitor that they don't lift their head up maybe a little bit more than they're looking at the paper? You better believe it. A good posing routine can captivate a judge as well. Oh, that back double looks good. It looks like he's actually improving as he continues to pose here. He's hitting a lot of shots. A lot of shots. Yeah, the most muscular is a really good shot for him, too. Well done. Well done. All right, next up. Who do we have next? Samson Dauda. You guys. Now we can expect a good routine here. We can expect a good routine. Last year, Samson surprised Fuad Abiad by basically, copying his posing routine that he used at the last Arnold, I believe it was, that Fuad competed at. Fuad was doing the commentary at the time, and he was very surprised, very surprised. He had to take a second to kind of collect himself. I think this is a different routine. Nope, it's the same music. I don't know if this is the same routine or not. I don't know it off by heart. It does look a little bit different though. Um, it's a yeah, it is a different routine. Samson is a fantastic poser. I feel like this is kind of rushing poses a little bit though. Like I would have liked to see him now. Not to say that he won't do it later in his routine, but I would like to see him, like there, slow down on a couple of poses. Like hit them, let us see it. I would say he's at least as good as he was yesterday. He might look a little, maybe a little fuller through the upper body, maybe. What do you guys think? How's Samson looking at the finals? See, like slowing it down a little bit to hit these poses so we can actually see what he looks like in the pose. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. Samson might not win best poser with that routine. Well, who do you think is going to take best poser if not Samson? It looks like he maybe got a little bit better as he continued to pose as well. But overall, I don't think that he's significantly improved from what we saw at the prejudging. But you guys let me know what you think. His side tricep keeps getting worse. He can't even hit it anymore. Well, guy's a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger. Okay, guys, here we go. Hadi Choopan. Here we go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Now, the question for me going into this finals tonight was if Hadi was going to bring any kind of interesting posing routine. Because if you guys remember from the 2023 Olympia, he basically just came out and hit a lot of most musculars. He's definitely fired up here tonight. And if he has a routine that really blows us away, well, okay, we'll check the routine as we go. But let's see. He is every bit as good tonight as he was at the prejudging. He might be a little bit sharper. He might actually be just a little bit sharper. Man. See, he's taking his time and going through the mandatories, and I think that's important when it comes to opposing routine. To keep it interesting, though, I think we'll see if he steps it up a little bit after he hits some more mandatories. I don't feel like you want to remain too stationary on the Arnold Classic stage. Yeah, that's his pose. Lighting is a bit different. Yeah, it might be a little bit different. Yeah, yeah. Never really noticed. He looks pretty sharp in that most muscular. He looks pretty sharp. I think it's fair to say that he's at least as good as he was. Yeah, you know what? I think I am starting to notice what you guys are saying about the lighting. It might be a little bit different tonight, but there was the individual routine from Hadi Choopan, and it wasn't overly interesting routine, but he did hit all the mandatories. We know exactly what he looks like. He had a few kind of interesting ones at the start there. I think he did pretty well. He's not going to win the best poser, but he looks good. He's still in the lead, I think, to win. Yeah, yeah, I am, dude. Yeah. Maybe after the competition, buddy. Okay, get a shirt if you want to be on here. You know it. It's EP09. Yeah, my boy just wanted to come down. You guys can follow our gaming channel, Our Host Rules. We do a bit of gaming. Most of my time is spent on this channel, admittedly, but we get a few in every so often. Okay, we got James Hollingshead on stage now. James was one guy that had a lot of expectations going into this show. He looked fantastic leading up to the show. I've seen a lot of comments about how his midsection looks washed out, and I think that there's definitely not as much detail in the midsection as what we saw leading up to the show. I think here at finals, it looks like he brought a good level of fullness. It looks like he might be. I'd say he's as good, as good. I don't think he's got any worse. Daddy, how are the oiled up men in the Hangsoon? See, we have a gym in my house, right? So my boy knows training. He knows what's going on. Nick versus Hadi at the Olympia is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a really good show. I think James's posing routine is, not bad, not bad overall. James is not known for being a creative poser. He is known for being in a strong presence on stage. But he's working the stage a bit here, and you see he does have some flair to his posing, more than I think we've seen in the past. So yeah, I think that James, as of right now, is probably sitting around that fifth place spot. I think might be fair to say fourth, fifth, somewhere around there. Between him and Antoine, I feel is a pretty close battle. Although John Delarosa does look great too. Akeem, I keep forgetting about Akeem. Honestly, he may bump up quite a bit in the finals here. He looked really good. I think James does look a little bit better tonight. Yeah, I don't disagree. James and Horse got the short end of the stick from Milos this weekend. Yeah, yeah. You know what? It's got to be difficult for Milos to balance three top level athletes that he's very new working with two of them. This is his second show with Horse MD. This is his first show with James. And James has admittedly said himself he may not always be the easiest person to work with. It's just, and I don't think that that's a knock. I think that's just him being true to himself, and that's what he wants to get out of his bodybuilding journey. He wants to be involved. He wants to make decisions, and he'll have no regrets at the end of his competitive career because of that. James showed up in good shape here. Anybody that can finish top five at the Arnold, which I think he definitely can, hold your head up high, man. I mean, you did it. That's a fantastic physique. He'll end up at the Olympia. He'll do another show later this year. I don't know if he's doing the Arnold UK or not. I assume he is. He's from over there. But anyway, um, we'll get into the Arnold UK later this week, I would say, coming up. Horse MD, Marcelo DeAngelis. So I saw a post that Horse MD actually put on his Instagram earlier today. And he basically just said, like, look, this is my second pro show. Um, I still have time to figure it out, and he's not upset as for how he looks tonight. um, Oh my lord. uh, the video is called Live Arnold Classic Coverage, buddy. You just got to go search it. You're following me on your other channel. Just go search me and you'll find me. My boy's trying to sign into my live stream. Yeah, Horse MD is I think better tonight than he was at the prejudging. Yeah, I think he's better than he was. Is it going to be enough for him to move up in the placings from where he was probably sitting around second last? I mean, I don't know. He's better. He's definitely better. His side chest looks better. It looks like he's not as bloated through the midsection. I mean, everybody gives him a knock for his wider midsection. Compare this to Sean Ray. There's no comparison to Sean Ray. Yeah, there's no comparison. Um, you guys got to remember, like I said, he even admitted himself. There's not well, not admitted. It's just a fact of the matter. This is his second pro show. He's got a long career ahead of him, and we know the potential that he does have from that Romania pro. Yeah, someone send him the link is right. He can just bring his tablet down to me. I'll put it in. I do like that. I do like that my boy's into it. He uh, he just likes to see me go live. It's funny. It's like none of them even bother to put together a routine anymore. That's one of the things that the Arnold always wanted to correct was the emphasis on the posing routine. And I agree. Do I think it should be scored? I think that maybe it should in most. Well, I mean, if you're going to talk about competition, you should talk about them all. There's the potential to have the posing routine scored to a degree, but I do think that it would be a small percentage, or I would like to see it be a small percentage. At the end of the day, if you hit your mandatories and it's not a very interesting routine, but you still have the best physique, then I think that that should count for more, and it obviously does. Even here at the Arnold Classic, make it 10% of the score. I don't know if all things are equal, but you have a better posing routine, then you know you should win. Mohamed Chaban, I think looks as good tonight as he did at the prejudging. Might be a little bit fuller. Um, he looks good, for what I was expecting. Um, I didn't have extremely high expectations for Mohamed Shaban. I didn't want to count him out either, but yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't really have him on my radar for anything above top six or top seven. It is scored if you want to separate yourself from the rest. Just put a ton of work into your routine. Yeah, and I think that athletes should, regardless. Mohamed Shaban is a solid poser. He presents his physique well. Not an overly interesting routine though, and especially I keep harping on it a little bit, you guys, but it is very important here at the Arnold Classic, the posing routine. Yeah, it is very important. But yeah, so far Hadi, yeah, I mean Hadi's in the lead for sure. Yeah, Hadi's definitely in the lead. Okay, Arnold enjoyed that, it would seem. Next up, who else do we have? Is that it? That might be all of the individual routines, you guys. Okay, so next up, they're going to be doing the bikini division. Next up is the bikini division. I don't know if it's individual routines or if it's the finals for bikini or if it's the awards. I'm not sure. Oh, the bread and cheese man. What's up, dude? What's going on? He's an OG of the channel. It's good to see you. Thanks for streaming. Hey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, they just finished the individual routine for the men's open. So let's break it down a little bit for what we saw here at the finals for individual routines. You guys, let me know who you have ahead as of right now. It did go by fast. You're right. Yeah, it did go by fast. I think as of right now, Hadi is in the lead. I would say best posing routine. Eh, I probably would give it to Samson. I think nobody else really stands out to me. Antoine was good. You know, if he wins best poser, I won't be surprised either. Um, but yeah, the emphasis is not necessarily there for the posing routine these days. But yeah, Samson. You know, actually, Samson used the same music again this year, and I don't know how I feel about that. I know that there's some competitors that use the same song multiple times. I just don't know if I necessarily think that that's as creative as choosing a different song for your routine. Than like it kind of does get kind of it. You can tell that it's reoccurring and it can come off maybe a little bit negative. Um, just bodybuilding is about improvements, about change, and if you're choosing the same song and doing the same routine, I don't know. I don't know. I like to see guys switch it up. I can't get behind Samson on posing routine. When he can't hold a pose for more than half a second, it's no good. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Why Samson you know didn't take his time to hit some of those poses? It just doesn't allow the audience or the judges to see what you really look like. It's I don't want to say it's like a guy's trying to hide something because I don't think that's right, but it does kind of hide things where you don't have enough time to really assess. So in that sense, yeah, I guess you could say that. I don't know. Go give your dad a spook when he least expect it. I always know where he is. He's you can't sneak up on me going down those stairs. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? And who do you have winning the posing routine as of right now? You guys let me know. Yeah, we'll be seeing the men's physique division as well. We'll be seeing the finals for the men's physique. And like I was saying earlier, I'm not a huge fan of men's physique, but I do like what the division has become more so than when it first started. Some of you guys might remember men's physique when it first started was honestly a joke. It was the laughing stock of the IFBB, and it turned around. It did. It is a division that I'm not going to turn off when it comes on for sure. Uh, let's see, Black Patron. You look your best when you're in the pose. If you instantly transition to the next one, no one gets to appreciate your physique. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. You don't know exactly what someone looks like. Hadi winning by fire posing routine, probably Antoine. Yeah, I think that's fair. Antoine had an interesting routine. Kind of want to go back. Got a feeling Antoine had a decent routine. Yeah, he did. He really did. I'll take Hadi for sure. Who was the surprise for me? John James also looked awesome. Yeah, they did. They did. Who was the surprise for me? Um, I don't know if anybody surprised me from prejudging to finals. Really, I think everyone was as good. I don't think anyone was extremely noticeably better, but I wasn't really surprised by anyone. I don't think. Not really. Not really. Hadi's routine wasn't great, but at least he held his poses and looked sharp as nails. That's how I feel about it too. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. Mark's Max Muscle in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Mark's Max Muscle is officially here. Officially here. What's going on, Mark? Oh, man. Good to see you, dude. We're Stay tuned. I'm gonna get try and get everybody together for the bodybuilding breakdown podcast tomorrow. The only reason Mark's here is because the men's open is over. Lots of divas in men's physique. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of drama in men's physique. I don't enjoy the amount of drama in men's physique. That's one of the reasons that I guess I can't really say that's not one of the reasons that I don't follow it. I've always been one of the open guys. I always enjoyed the open. It's hands down my favorite class. 212 is great as well. Classic, great. But that's where I live. Those of you that follow my channel, you guys know that. Just watch the routines. Yeah. Mark, yeah, okay. Even Mark says Hadi has this one in my opinion. I think he's right. I think he does too. Yep. Which, like I was saying earlier, does set a very very strong narrative going into the Olympia. Very strong narrative. Hadi can still win. There's no question. Watch some men's physique guy stop his leg workout because someone walked past the tripod. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it means that much to you, just do it again. Just do it again. Yeah, my son found his way into the chat. That's funny. Undoubtedly, Hadi was a surprise for Arnold. What's up, Ash? Yeah, he was. He was. I expected Hadi to be good, but I didn't expect Hadi to be as good as he was conditioning wise. I think I did. I think I did have an appreciation for Hadi's, in anticipation, I guess I should say, for Hadi being that conditioned. But the aesthetics on Hadi were surprising. He looks really, really aesthetic in comparison to what we've seen from him in the past. Extremely aesthetic. That side tricep, very aesthetic pose for Hadi. The midsection control, I think he was taking tips from Charles Griffin, man, because he really had great control over the midsection. It literally looked smaller. It looked smaller. The quads were massive, really, really like not just big quads, but really nice sweep to the quads, good separation. I mean, the arms, everything. Hadi is the one to beat. The X frame from the back, he really is. Hadi's midsection is just so damn good. I mean, he has a better midsection than the guys in classic physique. And Hadi never, he had praise for his abs. A lot of people, say that Hadi has some of the best abs in bodybuilding, but he's not typically praised for his midsection overall. Not in particular. So this is really saying something. Hadi definitely wins. Samson looks 2 to 4 weeks out compared to him. I mean, Hadi's conditioning is just that. It's not that Samson is that far off. It's just that Hadi is just so conditioned. When they stand next to each other, I think it just, at least a little bit, um, doesn't make Samson look as conditioned as if he's standing on his own. It's crazy to me that bikini is a division where breast implants are literally required. Like, I guess guys aren't natural either, but yeah, I mean, I got you. That was one thing about Dana Lynn Bailey. I saw an interview that she did with Jay Cutler on the Cutler cast, and she was one of the ones that said, look, not doing it. And I respect that. I really do. Samson looked drier leading up to the show. I think he overfilled or held water. He might be holding a little bit of water. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little bit. I don't know if he overfilled. I think it's more likely that he's got a little bit of water. Girl has a long torso. Yeah, I guess, yeah. The bread and cheese, man. That's why I respect Sarah Villegas so much. She's got amazing flow, mainly due to her newer. Yeah, see, yeah. It would seem that, not as saluted as one might think in the bikini division. There you go. Team Rambot is cleaning house this year. What's up, Raymond Jones? You think so? You think so? I mean, They cleaned up last year. Why wouldn't they clean up this year? Looked like he might have overfilled a little bit based on the gut. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is the last one. Cool. Cool. Guys, I need like 30 seconds to go and I gotta go rock a piss right quick. 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Whew, man, piss took 30 seconds. Man. All right, we're back. All right, let's see. Mark, how did you feel about Wesley winning? Yeah, Mark, tell the people what you thought about Wesley Vissers winning the Classic Physique Olympia title. Mark said, I said before it was owner, I have Ramon winning, but it's close enough that I wouldn't complain. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Oh, Derp Frog, what's up? Welcome back. Hadi brought his legs back up. I asked him, he delivered. Yeah, Hadi just needed that extra diet to get his wheels back. I think Hadi needed a loss to get just really in that mindset that he needed to be in. I mean, Hadi was frankly pissed off after the Olympia. There was no question, and I think that is something that he was able to turn to his advantage. For some guys, it tears them down. For Hadi, he harnessed it and he put it into his training, he put it into his diet, he put it into his mindset of coming in for redemption. And that's a very powerful tool for some bodybuilders, you guys. A very powerful tool. Nick Walker is using that tool going into this year's bodybuilding season. Make no mistake. And Nick is looking very dangerous right now. A bodybuilder looking for redemption, especially at the level that Hadi Choopan is. Look out. Look out. Starting to slightly lose my voice here. Bear with me. For anybody just tuning in, they're just going through the women's bikini now. We saw the individual routines for the men's open, and it seems to be of a general consensus that Hadi is in the lead after prejudging, and Antoine Vaillant seems to be the winner so far when it comes to the best posing routine. We were talking about how Samson seemed like he was really rushing through his routine, and I think he was. If Rafa was a bit sharper, he might have challenged Samson for second. He made some insane improvements in pretty much every body part. Yeah, he did. Yeah, up 12 to 14 pounds. He definitely grew overall, and it's good that we didn't just see like, well, his legs are bigger but his upper body isn't. It looked like he was just a bigger version of himself from the 2022 Olympia. And that's a great thing for Rafael Brandao. He didn't need to do anything except put size on. Just have what you. It's really funny for Rafael. Just what you have, but more of it. That's it. And he did it, and he'll continue to do it. M for Shanti, love that Wesley won. Yeah, me too. Yep, I really do. I love that Wesley won. I think Ramon was struggling a bit. I mean, he had to work extremely hard to make weight, and I think it hurt his physique. He looked tired. I heard that somebody in my comments section of my last video said that Ramon did like a 6 week prep. Can anybody tell me anything about that in the comments if they know anything about that? Because if Ramon only did a 6 week prep, I mean, where is your head at? Where is your head at thinking that you can do a 6 week prep and win a show? Not that I think that Ramon had that mindset, but at least part of me has to think like if you only did a 6 week prep. Anyway, if there is any validity to it, I can't confirm that. You guys let me know if you know anything about that. Ramon is done. Well, he was done at this show, that's for sure. But I mean, second place at the Arnold is still nothing to nothing to be ashamed of. It's got to sting a little bit because he was the favorite going into this, though. It's not. It is not clear what kind of body the future Mister Olympia is looking for. It does evolve over time. These standards have changed over time. In the 90s, it was the mass monsters. In the 2000s, it was a combination of that mass and getting into a little bit more aesthetics into the later 2000s. Then we had the bubble gut era, and that was extremely frowned upon. Now it's mass with class. If you have that mass but you have a tight midsection, you will be a successful bodybuilder in the pro league these days. Grand Brandao, great bodybuilder. Yeah. What about Horse Mark's Max Muscle? He says. What about Horse MD? He is a horse, of course. And I'm not going to make the horse sound that Mark makes. Go subscribe to Mark's Max Muscle. Yeah, you'll know the sound. I wouldn't do it justice. Yeah, Redemption. Nick might shock us all. I won't be shocked if Nick comes in and is dominant, in everything that he does. I won't be surprised if Nick comes in with a physique that could win the Olympia. Nick is definitely an Olympia contender, without a doubt. Isn't Hadi or Samson? I would say after prejudging and for where we saw the individual routines, I think Hadi. I think Hadi is still in the lead. Isn't Derek essentially the youngest Olympian tier open guy? Why would he go one and done? Plus, he's fresh from 212. No, Derek has no plans of slowing down. If Derek can win 10 Olympia titles, I think he'll do it. No, there's Derek Lunsford is continuing to compete and working to improve. He posts a lot of content on YouTube and um, on Instagram as well. Chris Cormier said it best. Bodybuilding starts and ends with the midsection. He did say it best. That's it. It's what ties in the entire physique. Without it, no matter how good your arms are, no matter how good your legs are, if it does not all tie into that center point on the body, then it's game over. It's game over. It's a good thing that bodybuilding went in that direction because it lost that for, a few years there. I think it's interesting how putting on muscle mass affects conditioning. 2021 Derek Lunsford was absolutely shredded at 212, and it was super shredded, bro. Hasn't been able to achieve that look since. No, no, he hasn't. I think that it might be partly because when Derek was in 212, he had competed in the 212 a number of times, so his body was well adjusted to that amount of muscle. It wasn't new muscle. And I'm not going to pretend to know the science behind that kind of stuff, but I do know the bro science behind it. And muscle that you train at a certain weight that you retain over a certain period of time will look, better than new muscle that you've just obtained. The muscle has to mature. So, if Derek does continue to get bigger and put on more muscle tissue, he may continue to have that issue until he gets to in around his goal weight. I mean, we can talk about Nick Walker again. Nick is not putting on significant size at this point in his career. He is maturing the muscle that he has. Horse should try eating some oats. Max muscle. I think Horse would eat another horse if he had to, if it meant that he could come in with a better physique. I think that he is a very hard worker, and I think that he still has a long career in the IFBB. At the top, I think he's still a top tier bodybuilder. Bad showing here, but, you know, it's only his second pro show. All right, they're getting into the men's physique now, guys. Kyron Holden. I think it was at the Legion last year that Kyron was planning on doing both men's physique and classic. He ended up competing in the men's physique and ended up winning. He was planning on doing classic, but yeah, he went for the men's physique and actually defeated Aaron Banks, who was the reigning Mr. Olympia. And it is not very common for a reigning Mr. Olympia to compete in the regular season in any division, let alone get defeated. So Kyron Holden had a lot of hype going into the 2023 Olympia. Yeah, a lot of hype. Didn't end up winning, but he did have a lot of hype. And let me know if you guys even care about men's physique. You know, we can talk about it or not. I do have an appreciation for men's physique, though, especially like I was saying these days. These guys are, you know, mini bodybuilders. It's still not enough for me to follow it regularly, but they recently changed the criteria for men's physique as well, where they don't want to see, yeah, this guy looks bigger than Wesley in the upper body. And that's why I do have an appreciation for men's physique. But, you know, the new criteria is for guys to have, you know, like the shorts are not supposed to be baggy and they're supposed to be cut 2 inches above the knee. So look at a guy like Diogo Montenegro, who has pretty good legs as far as men's physique is concerned. You know, this is the kind of look that I think men's physique should have, where, I mean, look, you've got legs. They're not huge, but you can see he's got a set of legs. It's proportional, I think, for a men's physique athlete. Serge Nubret was big on horse meat. Was he? Huh. I didn't know that. I bet you, Mark says, I bet you $100 Horse MD will be eating some pizza and Pepsi after the show. Man, that's a bet you would win. Yeah, you're probably right. Andreas Ramos. Like, yeah, you can't not help but have an appreciation, you know, for these guys and their upper body especially. There's another guy with, look, a decent set of legs, bro. You know? Come on, like, that's not, you guys got to admit, not bad. Not bad. Osage Equam. I apologize, bro. If you could like type out to me how to actually pronounce your name. You're an OG on the channel. You're always in the comments. I appreciate you being here, dude. Just let me know how exactly to pronounce your name. Yeah, I'll have to watch the replay as it's my bedtime now. It's great to get your take. Good call on Wesley in the classic title he bagged. Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, it was a great prejudging, and yeah, you can catch the live stream, you know, on the replay there tomorrow. There'll be more videos to come tomorrow as well, and you can expect an upcoming episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown. Mark, you'll be on there. Some of them have good legs. Let's hope they reward the most balanced guy. Yeah, if they're going to make the changes like they did, then I hope that they are ready to reward that. Like if somebody with thin legs wins, I won't be happy about it. This is not a bad look for men's physique, you guys. No more baggy board shorts. Like if you don't got legs, bro, go home. You know? That's what it should be. Oh, Siege. Okay. Oh, Siege. Gotcha. Perfect. Thanks for clearing that up, dude. Some of them have good. Yeah. I'm just curious if Buendia and Sadiq Hadjovic can still be relevant in this division. I mean, relevant, yes. I think that either of those guys will always be relevant. Can they place in, at the top of the division anymore? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Jeremy showed us that when he kind of missed the mark at the 2023 Olympia. I think he will be back, and I will never count out someone with accolades like Jeremy Buendia, but eventually your track record does speak for itself. And if he continues to slip in placings, then he will continue to lose, confidence that he can return to his former glory. And Jeremy Buendia was a champion of this division at a different time in the sport. He kind of championed this new look that men's physique has come to adopt. But even in a very short period of time, the division changed again. The backs are bigger, wider. The upper bodies just got so out of control that, they had to implement a rule for a weight cap. And I'm glad they did what they did about the legs. The board shorts have to be cut at least 2 inches above the knee, and they don't want to see baggy board shorts anymore. And we're seeing some better physiques because of that. Emmanuel Hunter, very popular in men's physique. I hear Hart McGrath talking about this guy a lot. If somebody with thin legs wins Arnold is for sure. If somebody with thin legs win, Arnold is for sure going to make fun of him. Yeah, yeah. You mean again? Yep. Why not show your legs? Who was it that he said that to? It was man, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. I'm a big fan of his too. Shit. He's a former champ of this division. It's right on the tip of my tongue. You guys let me know in the comments. God, I'm gonna have to look that up too. I think Bob Paris would be good in this division. Yeah, maybe. This isn't. Yeah, Jonas Jamina. Okay, I've heard of this guy. Sadiq just doesn't have the midsection. Yeah, I don't think that Sadiq is someone that can get into that that first call out in this division anymore. I don't think so. Andre Ferguson, thank you very much. It was Andre Ferguson that Arnold pointed at his legs and said, "Why not show your legs?" I wonder if Andre was pissed off. How you gonna get pissed off at Arnold Schwarzenegger for a comment? I mean, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's his show. He can do what he wants. You don't like it? He'll cut the division. C212. My memory is clouding my judgment. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. That can happen. I made the mistake yesterday of not having enough liquids doing the live stream, and today I probably have too much. So yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, we're just getting through the individual routines for the men's physique. This is the finals, I do believe, for the men's physique, and like I was just saying earlier, we are seeing the changes made in the division really in full effect now. Everybody is working to the same standard, and everybody has had relatively adequate time in order to make the improvements to be competitive in this division. The weight cap does not seem to be anything that I see athletes complaining about. It seems to be plenty to keep guys at least where they're at. And we're seeing some decent legs out of some of these competitors, you know. So no more board shorts that are baggy. You're not going to win if you show up with that. You got to have the legs. Ismael Martinez Dominguez. Not familiar with this guy. I don't know a lot of men's physique, like I was saying, you guys. I appreciate the division for what it is, but just not a big men's physique follower. Can only follow so much. And I just always wasn't. I started out as an open bodybuilding fan, and when Classic came through, that definitely was something that I enjoy seeing the tribute to the throwback of physiques from yesteryear. If the requirement is for bigger legs, what's the point of the shorts? I think the point of the shorts is Okay, hold on. Black Patron says there is no point. The division has gotten to a place where it's pointless. I mean, if they didn't wear shorts and they were just wearing, even posing trunks anywhere close to, the classic trunks, then it would just be classic. It would just be classic. Yeah, a lot of people said that Ryan Terry was a proper representation of men's physique and what it should be. That was actually a pretty big surprise when it came to the 2023 Olympia. Does anyone really care about men's bikini? Men's physique is much. It is much better than what it was when the division first came out. You got to admit that. Like, man, it was honestly, it was the most made fun of division when it first came out. And it was laughable. It was disrespected, and I think that if the changes were not made in men's physique that did end up coming through, that it would still be a laughing stock. But these guys are in great shape. These guys are, you know, really reaching that ultra low levels of body fat, and we are seeing legs. There's no denying it. A lot of these guys probably have tremendous front double biceps, and you're absolutely right. They would have a lot of great poses. The back poses, you know, look at the look at the chest. The shoulder to waist ratio. Like, man, this is this is something where if they were hitting bodybuilding poses, yeah, some of these guys would be very competitive. I don't enjoy the posing in men's physique. I don't. I think if you're going to be on a stage to have your physique assessed, that there should be more than relaxed poses, and that's essentially what they are. How much is the prize money? I have no idea what the prize money is for men's physique. Yeah, these guys do have great backs. What are my thoughts on wellness? I don't really follow women's divisions. I mean, if they want to have a division where the women are more dominant in the lower body than they are in the upper body, I personally think that's more of an imbalance than anything else. Um, and I don't really think that a division dedicated. I guess that's being a little bit harsh about it, but really that shows an imbalance in a physique. Just bodybuilding is proportions and symmetry and flow. Yeah, I don't. I don't think that wellness has the things that I look for in bodybuilding. So that's just me. More detail than most of the open guys, and yeah, I remember I covered. Who was it that I covered? It was the 2022 Olympia, and he had an insanely. He was a men's physique competitor at the Olympia, and he had an insane level of body fat where he was just so shredded. The vascularity, it was like I was like, if this guy did 212, like he would be the most shredded guy on stage. He's a higher level competitor too, but like I said, I don't follow men's physique a ton. Maybe make the shorts shorter to show some legs. I mean, the requirement now is that the shorts have to be 2 inches above the knee. So they did make them a bit shorter. It looks like they just finished up with men's physique. Did Hadi win? He's winning so far, in my opinion. He's just waiting for his check. Yeah, probably. If he does his job, yeah. Men's Wellness 2026. Yeah, well, you won't see it on my channel, bro. You won't see it on my channel. Well, looks like Arnold's got a couple of words to say here. I'm always interested to hear what Arnold has to say. Oh, they're doing a tribute to Tom Charles. Okay, okay. I don't know if the audio from the stream is coming through, but that's one risk I don't want to take is have the audio cross over on my stream just in case. but we should be seeing the finals here pretty soon. Well, actually, there's probably the awards they'll have to do for bikini and for men's physique first, but we may see the comparisons of men's open here shortly. So stay tuned, you guys. If you're just tuning in, so far we have seen they started off the show with the individual routine from the men's open, and then moved into bikini, and then they just moved into men's physique. It just wrapped up. I'm still blown away by Samson's silhouette. Samson has a great silhouette. That's not in, that was never in question. He has the best. He's wait, yeah, I would say the best silhouette on that stage. He's no Cedric. That would be an interesting comparison, Mark. If you're still in the chat, that would be a good one for you. The best Cedric versus the best Samson. That'd be a good one. I'd enjoy that. Cedric was one of my favorite competitors. Um, period. When he first hit the scene, I was really impressed by him. A lot of people were. Unfortunately, he never really reached that really low body fat percentage to really set him apart and reach what we knew was his full potential. Great Arnold Classic champion though, and Arnold really liked him as well. So we got a throwback to Jay Cutler here, and this was the 2009 that was the 2009 version of Jay Cutler, the only bodybuilder to ever lose the Mr. Olympia title and win it back. He lost to Dexter Jackson in 2008 and came back in 2009 with the most insane transformation that bodybuilding has seen in modern times. Cedric was special. Yep, he was. Cedric was a fantastic bodybuilder, and from what everybody says, just a great guy. I want to see Hadi fire up a stogie saying to Arnold, "I came back." That would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Hadi is going to walk away from this with a ton of momentum, a renewed, a renewed sense of confidence from the fans, and a ton of confidence going into the Olympia. You know, and $300,000. That doesn't hurt. Yeah, that doesn't hurt. 2016 with Cedric versus Kai was a great Arnold. Yeah, yeah, probably two of the best champions ever at the Arnold. The legendary Phil Hill passed recently. Rest in peace. Oh, sorry to hear. Yeah, Jay Cutler did a lot of Arnold Classics after he kept finishing second to Ronnie Coleman. I mean, if you're second to Ronnie, chances are good that you can, win some Arnolds. So yeah, Jay did the Arnold a lot. Yeah, he was a great Arnold champion. Usually when they do these videos, it's before they really start getting into what people tune in for. So it shouldn't be long, you guys, and we'll be getting to the finals for the men's open. And again, it looks like Hadi is going to end up taking home the win here. You think Antoine could be top five? He really surprised me. Looks awesome. Yeah, yes, I think Antoine can definitely be top five. I think that he's probably going to win the best posing routine, and fifth place is definitely within his grasp. Rafael Brandao, I think, has third all sewn up, but I think it's probably between and James and Antoine for fifth place. You guys let me know if you think that Antoine can make top five. Yeah, Antoine definitely fixed some of the imbalance that he had from upper to lower body. He looked fantastic. and he had great presentation. Crazy how time flies. Started following the sport around 2005. Yeah, that's getting back there, man. That's getting back there. Almost 20 years ago now. Crazy. All right, I think they're going to start getting back into some comparisons here soon. If you guys are just tuning in, we've gone through the men's open individual routines. They did the bikini division. They did the men's physique now, and I think we're starting to get to the awards. Well, they'll have the final comparisons for the men's open, and then we'll get to the awards. Oh, the quad stomp, man! One of the best shots in bodybuilding. You know, these pictures are right up there with the basement pictures of Dorian Yates. You know, the black and white photos. You guys know which ones I'm talking about. Does Antoine have enough size for top five? Yeah, yeah, I think so. You got to remember, this is the Arnold, right? Um, Even if James has a little bit of muscularity on him, which I don't even know if he does, he probably does a little. Antoine is shredded and had a great posing routine, so I think that it could put him in the top five between him and James, fourth, fifth. What are my top 10 predictions? You know, I haven't really thought a lot about where these guys in the second and third call out would place outside the top five. Akeem showed up really good in the finals. If you guys missed Akeem's routine, it is worth going back to watch. He was really good. He was really good. Well improved. Actually, yeah. Somebody asked earlier if I thought there was any surprises up to this point, and I think Akeem kind of surprised me on how good he was with the amount of improvements that he made from prejudging to finals. His score would have been what it was at the prejudging, but I don't know, for sixth to 10th, I would say John Delarosa is going to take that sixth place spot. Seventh, I would probably go with I don't know. See, it gets kind of tough near the bottom. Justin Rodriguez was great. I would say Akeem in seventh, Justin in eighth. I want to say Horse in ninth, and maybe Muhammad Shaban in 10th. I think that might be fair to say. I am a big fan of Justin. I do think Justin was better than Horse MD, and I do think that he was better than Muhammad Shaban. I think this is Jay Cutler's. I thought I saw on one of the Cutler casts that he was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know if this is it or not. Let's see if I can listen in. When I turned on the audio of the show, can you guys actually hear that, like through the stream? Let me know in the comments. It is the Lifetime Achievement Award, yeah. Do I watch Pro Chat? They all had Akeem at 10th. Yeah, yeah, and rightfully so. But Akeem surprised me. He was definitely better than we've seen in the last few shows. No question. Can't hear it? Cool. By the way, 2009 Olympia had some of the best lighting out of any Olympia. They got everything right that year. They did. Yeah, they did. You're right. That was a really good year for lighting. And Jay was shredded, dude. Man, he was shredded. Yeah, right on. Thanks. Yeah, Akeem was not someone that many people had, um, you know, in the top five, top six. Some people did because they knew his potential, but based on his last few showings, I think that he was placed appropriately in most predictions out there. Same thing with Justin. The potential is there for Justin. He's finished top eight in the Olympia in the past, but his last few showings were not, not fantastic showings. So that's why he was mostly outside of that, top six, top eight in the conversation. I shouldn't say top eight. I think I saw Justin in a fair few top eights. Oh, I got a message from Robin Strand over on the Canadian Beef podcast. He's going to do a wrap up there tomorrow, and if I get invited on that, you guys will see me on the Canadian Beef podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe over on the Canadian Beef podcast. Arnold is taller than I thought, or Jay is shorter. Uh, I think Arnold is a tall guy. Yeah, yep. What about Dorian Yates? He did get a lifetime. Did he get a lifetime achievement award, or has he ruffled too many feathers in the establishment? Um, I don't think Dorian Yates got any lifetime achievement awards, and I don't think that he wants one. He was a very unique person in bodybuilding, just as a person, Um, the dude just he was just an animal. He was laser focused. He was stoic. He was Dorian Yates, man. They called him the Shadow for a reason. Yeah, they called him the Shadow for a reason. And very matter of fact, very frank. No bullshit with Dorian Yates. None. I always really like that about him. What do I think about Rubiel? So I talked about Rubiel a little bit earlier, and where I thought that he would land if he was to compete in this Arnold Classic lineup. I think that Rubiel is a freak of nature. I think that he is going to do very well in the pro league. I do think that he has some refinement to do in his physique, and that he needs to really concentrate on that midsection, bring out the details in the quads, and just make sure that he doesn't blow out his physique, because he looks like he could be right on the edge of that. He's a mutant. He's a mass monster. He is incredibly large, but he just needs to make sure that in this modern era of bodybuilding, that he can actually maintain his aesthetics. If he blows out his physique, it's not going. It's This is not the mid 2000s. It's not going to serve him well. He's not going up against guys like Branch Warren or like he's just not. And it's a different playing field. Marcus Rule. There's none of those guys here anymore. Dorian Yates has gotten enough rewards. I mean, he has 6 Olympia titles. He's probably satisfied with that. Most guys would be satisfied with 1 Olympia title. Jay now the three most richest ever in the sport. Yeah, he was good with his money. Like, Jay's got a lot of money, dude. He's got a lot of money. But he worked for it. He did. I work with some concrete construction companies, and he said that that was his family business. Well, I can tell you that if it's anything reminiscent to some of the concrete companies that I've worked with, I mean, his family was making money. All right, his family was making money. Concrete construction is very, very lucrative. Dorian was gifted at least 2 Olympias, to be honest. He never should have won with a torn tricep. I agree. He shouldn't have. He also ushered in the bubble gut era. I mean, yeah, he was right there. I think, but he knew when to quit as well. He knew when to quit. It's great that Jay's getting this award. But man, I know most of the stories. I know most of the stories at this point. I do watch the Cutler cast. Every new episode. Giving some accolades to Steve Weinberger, of course, of course. New York Pro. You want to talk about the New York Pro? Oh, I can talk about the New York Pro. That's going to be it's going to be the highlight of the season, I think. New York Pro is going to start the season off with a bang, just like it did last year. Nick Walker will reemerge at the New York Pro. And he is recovered from his torn hamstring. He is back training hamstrings regularly. Did I agree with Derek winning the Olympia? Yeah, yeah, I did. I had Derek winning the show going into it in my predictions, and yep, I do. I do think that Derek deserved the win. I don't think that he was. Well, look, the lighting at the Olympia was the worst lighting of any show that I saw in the regular body, well, not in the regular bodybuilding season, in the 2023 season. Period. It was terrible, terrible lighting. Well, Black Patron, who did you have win in the 2023 Olympia? You let me know. No, I don't think that. I don't think the lighting did anybody justice. But when you go shot for shot, yeah, I agree with Derek winning. He does need to come better next year, though. He does need to come better next year. He can't show up with the same physique because I guarantee that Hadi's not gonna, and Samson's not gonna, and Nick isn't gonna. Even man, Tony O'Burton is gonna be improved. Derek's got some work to do. Yeah, Derek's definitely got some work to do. Hadi, yeah, I mean, a lot of people had Hadi winning, and if they had have given Hadi the win, I wouldn't have complained either. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Jay, we love you, bro. We do. But the men's open's coming, dude. We got to get into it. I'm excited for the finals, you guys. I'm really excited. Not even hitting the abs and thighs pose was a joke. Yeah, I mean, you're Mr. Olympia. You're trying to be Mr. Olympia. You got to at least hit all the poses. Wesley Vissers plans to compete in the UK Arnold. My thoughts. Wesley is amazing, by the way. His recognition is long overdue. I think Wesley doing the Arnold UK is. It has the potential for two situations. One is that he wins and he further cements his stance as being the next in line to finish behind Chris Bumstead, unless Chris is off, or doesn't compete, and then Wesley would be the favorite to win. Um, but if he loses, then I mean I don't know who else is doing it. I'll have to look. But if he does for some reason lose that show, that's going to hurt his momentum. That is going to hurt his momentum. It's a gamble when it comes to any champion of either the Arnold or the Olympia to compete outside of those shows. But I like that he's doing it. I do, and I do think that after what we saw here, he will end up winning that show. Yeah, I think Wesley will win the Arnold UK. Vacuum and thighs. Yeah, I hear you. I know. I like when guys crunch down on their abs and then hit the vacuum. I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. But otherwise, yeah, I get you. I want to see the abs, not the vat. It's like when guys do the abs and thigh from the side, like William Bonac does it. Not a fan of that, man. I'm just not a fan of that. What will Milos's excuse be for Samson not nailing his conditioning on the next Cutler cast? I don't know. I don't know. I think you know what? We'll wait and see what he says. But knowing Milos, my guess might be that he has maybe more to say about the other athletes rather than Samson's flaws. But I mean, he's the first to say biased coach, right? He is the first to say it. No, Milos is usually pretty fair. I gotta say. You know, I don't know what he'll say. Brett Wilkin is overrated. Brett Wilkin has not proven himself yet enough to be overrated. We need to see Brett Wilkin compete a couple of times to see what he can bring beyond what we've already seen. And I wouldn't call him overrated as of yet. He hasn't done enough to be considered overrated. Congratulations for your award, Jay. Appreciate it. Letting us get back to the competition. No disrespect, you guys. I mean, Jay Cutler's a legend. You know, he's a legend. I'm just excited for the men's open. He probably is too, man. Well, I guarantee he is. He's got one of the best seats in the house. If Jay ripped the suit, that'd be legendary. That would blow up. The internet would go nuts. He'd be the talk of the show. All right. Looks like they're going to get back into it here. I love Jay, but he just like to talk a lot about himself all the time. Yeah, he does. I mean, he's Jay Cutler. I would too if I was Jay Cutler. All right. Who's coming back out? All right. They're getting back to the men's open, you guys. All right. Here we go. This is the final comparisons for the men's open lineup. This is where we really see who takes home the win. So, let's see who they end up lining up first. Sometimes they'll do the second call out first, right? I don't think that'll be the case this time, though. All right, I'm going to say Samson, Hadi, Antoine, um, Rafael Brandao, and James. First call out. If they do six, John Delarosa. Oh, they're just going to start with Hadi and Samson. Might as well get it out of the way. All right, let's see it, you guys. Who do you got? Come on, who do you got? Let's go. Ah, all right, let's see it. Anyone just hear Fuad say that he has Hadi ahead? Fuad just said that himself. Yeah, he's just too good, man. His conditioning is completely overtaking Samson here. Look at the insane, insane striations through the chest. Great bat man. Great back shot for Hadi. Like that is an X frame, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Awesome. Really good. Oh good, it's over. Yeah, I know. Man. Hadi is on. Hadi has streamlined his waist. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why he has this aesthetic look. Look at like he looks incredible. Look at how small that midsection looks in the side tricep. He's winning that pose. Yeah, he's winning that pose. Yes. Look, Hadi's abs are better than Samson's. Now see, Hadi crunched down on the abs, then he did a vacuum, and then he did this like kind of the side abs and thigh. I don't mind it. If you guys are just tuning in, they are just getting to the men's open finals. We're seeing the first call out from Samson Dauda and Hadi Choopan. And you guys, Hadi is on, man. Hadi is on. Unbelievable. Okay, next call out. We've got Antoine. We've got Rafael Brandao. Has Samson improved from last year? Yeah, big time. Samson is massively improved. Yeah, we got James, John Delarosa, Akeem Williams. Akeem's moving up. I'd love to see Akeem in the center. Yeah, Akeem. I think they could switch Akeem and John. Akeem better get to spend some time in the center. Oh, they're moving Antoine to the outside. John looks good, but I've heard people say that John might get lost in this lineup because he's kind of a smaller guy, like height wise. I don't think that he's being out muscled, but I mean, when everybody else is taller than you, then you can get lost sometimes. His conditioning is fantastic though, so he's definitely not going to be recognized. They are keeping him, right next to Rafael there. But all these guys, Rafael is as good, so is Antoine. James is a little bit better than last night, but Akeem is the most improved, for sure. I want to see Akeem moved into the center, close to the center, not on the outside. Akeem really deserves that. Back double. Everybody's got a good back double there. All right, back lat spread. If James would train properly, he would be undeniable. Now, by properly, you mean different than he does now. So he trains hard and heavy. How do you think James should train? Spencer Bradley, thanks for the comment. Man, it's a good shot for Akeem. Look at that side leg on Akeem. Man, they got to move this guy into the center. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Man, really, really good second call out, you guys. Yeah, see, there we go. Yep. Are they going to move John? Nope, they're keeping John right next to Rafael. Rafael staying in the center. John Delarosa keeps his spot just off to the left of Rafael Brandao. And Akeem is moving up. That's like I was saying, you guys. I think that he did enough to do top six here. Hadi is almost looking better than 2019. I'd have to see the comparison between Vancouver Pro Hadi and now Hadi. I do want to see that comparison. I'm going to get a hold of Mark's Max Muscle this time about it. I want to see it. Now, here's a good one. Obsessive Hobbyist says, remember when everyone said Hadi was at his limit and Samson had room to improve? Looks like they swapped their limits. Interesting perspective. Interesting. It's clear now that Hadi does have room to improve. I don't think Samson's at his limit, though. I don't think Samson's at his limit. Anyway, when it comes to the second call out here, what do you guys think? Granddaddy of them all. I think we've had this conversation before, man, and I think we've had this conversation before. Raphael is looking for third. Akeem possibly fourth. Yeah, I mean, you got to remember Akeem. His judging from the prejudging is already done, right? And he was not nearly as good at prejudging, so it might even out and land him in fifth or sixth. But Akeem is fantastic. I mean, he's the biggest surprise of this show when it comes to improvements from prejudging to now. Akeem is massively, massively improved. All right, so last call out: Justin, Marcelo DeAngelis, and Muhammad Shaban. Akeem's back does need improvement. You're right. His lats insert a little bit high. His side leg was incredible. Yeah, that's what really set him apart. I feel. All right, good legs, good quad sweep from everybody. I think Justin's legs look a little bit smaller from the front. Yeah, I don't know. Horse MD looks good in that side chest. I think he probably wins that shot. Now this is where Horse MD can't hide. Yeah, see, he's got a lot of work to do on that back double. A lot of work to do. Yeah, you can see there's still folds between the glutes and hamstrings on Horse MD. He's holding some water, it seems. He needs to improve his posing. Um, Good side tri, not bad in the side tricep, I think. But I don't know. Muhammad Shaban, I mean, he's still got the size. He's just got to bring the conditioning. Justin Rodriguez looks a little bit washed out from what we saw earlier. I think Justin was actually better at prejudging. This I think for Horse MD, the side tricep was all right as well. You know, um, respectable. No, now here's an interesting call out, you guys. This is a very interesting call out. We've got Hadi Choopan, Samson Dauda, Rafael Brandao, and Akeem Williams. And you know what? Well deserved for Akeem. He really is that good tonight. Now let's see him compared to the top guys here. Let's see it. Rafael's getting his chance to stand in the middle. This is a great call out. I'd like to see Hadi take one more step over closer to Samson. He's standing a little bit far away. All right, that side leg of Akeem. Check it out in comparison. In comparison, it's great. Wow, really good. He had more separation than Samson in the side leg from what we could see in the live stream. Now the back shot is going to go to it's going to go to Hadi. Then I think you've got Samson, then Raphael, then Akeem. Good Christmas tree from Akeem. Yep, same thing. Same thing, I think. This is a great top four. Raphael had a really good side tricep. He's very aesthetic. I was saying Hadi needs to move closer. Akeem is a little bit further off, but Raphael took a step over. Maybe Akeem likes being over there by himself. Well, Brandon, you mean Raphael? Yeah, Steve Weinberger screwed that up. That's all right. Okay. So it's interesting to see Hadi compared to Akeem. Man, huge improvements. If Akeem, oh man, Akeem really is fantastic here. If he brought this to prejudging, he could be fighting for third place right now. I think he's clearly taking fourth though. Stop making Hadi work harder than he needs to. I think Hadi could do this all night, man. I think Hadi is just ready for redemption, and I think he knows he's ahead at this point too. You know, when you know that you've got it, you can just go. I'm sure. You know, you're riding a pretty high train. Yeah, now that's a better execution of the side tricep for Hadi there. Yeah, Hadi's got a great set of abs. Yeah, man, Raphael is really good too. Yeah, Raphael is really good too. Akeem walks away, or he moves to the other side. Nice. That's hilarious. You never see that. Akeem just walks to the other side of the stage. You never see that. That's awesome. Yeah, Akeem does need to improve his back. That's for sure. He does. But you guys, that was your top four call out. We had Hadi, Samson, Raphael, and a huge shocker. on Akeem Williams, but he really did show up massively, massively improved. Man, very impressive. Yeah, very impressive. All right, guys, let me know. Who do you got? You team Samson, team Hadi? Where do you guys think third, fourth, and fifth is going to be? Now who's going to take that fifth place spot? Yeah, Akeem was fantastic, man. Fantastic. Wow. This Arnold Classic is not disappointing you guys. This is a great Arnold Classic lineup. Yeah, Akeem did very, very well. Extremely well. I would say that Raphael's conditioning is going to land him in a top three spot here. And just his overall shape, of course. So as they go through the pose down, we'll have the awards coming up here very shortly. So guys, get it in now. Let me know who it is you got. You know, who's going to take home the 2024 Arnold Classic title? Does Hadi really have it all wrapped up here? All right, Davey Attic says Hadi, Raphael, Samson, Akeem, Antoine, James, John, Justin, Mo, and Horse. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's too bad about Horse MD. That's too bad. Yeah, Hadi went right to the middle like a champ because he knows. He knows he's got the win here. You know, he knows it. His little pitter patter run to center stage. Yeah, of course. I mean, just it being the Arnold anyway, I'd want to get to the center stage. Yeah, this is definitely an Arnold that people are going to remember. And remember, this sets the tone for a very, very high placing at the Olympia. You always see the Arnold Classic winner do very, very well at the Olympia. Oh yeah, see, Hadi's just he's just having fun, man. He'll do this quite often. Is he'll go from one side of the stage to the other. It's and yeah, tons of most musculars. That's his shot, right? That's Hadi's shot. He just hits a ton of them, man. See, this is good. Even Horse MD, like he's having a good time, man. And he should. I mean, this second pro show ever, he gets an invite to the Arnold Classic just based on his Romania pro look alone. And of course, you know, he's got a huge following. But yeah, he should be very happy. He should be very happy. All right, so that is it. We only have the awards left for the men's open. Yeah, all that's left is the awards, you guys. Okay, they're going to get into the wheelchair division here now. And they're bringing Arnold back out. How much does Hadi weigh? I actually don't know. I don't know what Hadi weighs. Samson drop Milos ASAP. I don't think Samson is going to drop Milos. I think Samson is going to stay with Milos. Yeah, and I don't know if he should drop Milos. I just think that they have some. I just think they have some changes to make. Every prep, like I said earlier, Every prep is going to be a little bit different too, you guys. There's always going to be different variables to control. Your body is not going to respond as well or the same as it did to your diet, based on your weight, based on your fatigue level, based on your physique's fatigue level, not just mentally but physically. um the PED protocol, all of it is going to play a part. All of it is going to play a part. So yeah, they're going to be doing the wheelchair division now. And we've still got the bikini division. They need to hand out the awards for that. There is the still the men's physique, and last I'm sure we'll see the men's open awards. I think Rafael looks better than Samson. Not sorry. I think that he compares very well to Samson. Yep, I think he compares to him very well. I'd like to see what changes Neil Hill will make to Rafael based on this competition. Yeah, me too. I still think Rafael could use some more size. I think with more overall size on top of what he's already built, he'll continue to move up. Don't be surprised if he puts on another 12 to 14 pounds, even if he puts on like 10. You could see him come back and compete at the Arnold again next year and win. He's definitely got the potential to win an Arnold Classic. Milos needs to stop towing the line and come in shrink wrapped. Hmm. Conditioning would have made the difference for. You know what? That's a good question. What do you guys think? If Samson came in ultra shredded out of his mind, would that have made the difference here between first and second place for him? Assuming that Hadi was the same. You guys let me know what you think. I think if the conditioning was there, that it certainly could have changed things. I could see Akeem in third place. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, looks like they're going to be doing the awards for bikini. The Flint, what's going on? Thanks for joining. How's it going, man? Raphael is growing at the right pace to not grow his gut. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right. He is doing things properly. Yeah, he is. Whether that's intentional or simply his genetics, either way, it's working in his favor. And Raphael knows that his calling card is his phenomenal structure. So he's going to do everything in his power in order to keep that. If Samson came in 5 pounds lighter but more conditioned, he'd win. Yeah, I even just think more conditioned that he would win. Maybe you think with the 5 pounds lighter that his midsection would improve. And yeah, I think there's the potential there. Yeah, I think that's a potential. Hadi has more over Samson than just conditioning. Yeah, he does. Yep, I think that he does. He has overall muscularity. You know, when it comes to muscle per square inch, I think that there's an amount of aesthetic factor to Hadi, especially the midsection, is better than Samson's. Hadi has managed to keep his waist small and enlarge his back, legs, and arms. Yeah, and that is a recipe for success for any open bodybuilder. Anyone. And Hadi's done it. You're right. I was very impressed with the quads the second that Hadi came out. Very impressed. They were very noticeably, round, full, like great quad sweep, but the shape was still there. Yeah, Hadi nailed it. Clear champion Hadi. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people do see Hadi in the lead. I had him in the lead after prejudging, and I do think that he's going to take home the victory. Hadi looked like a professional. Yeah, that's, aside from the physique, the one thing that Hadi needed to make sure that he did going into this show was that he maintains his composure no matter what the outcome. This storming off stage thing, it's not a good look. It's not professional. That was a big mistake on Hadi's part after the Olympia. A big mistake. He definitely is conducting himself accordingly as a top tier athlete in the sport and as a professional in the sport. He definitely got a talking to about that. Understandable, he was emotional, but a bit much, bit much. But he has a strong personality. I mean, the guy's an animal. To be honest with you, he is. He's an absolute animal. Samson needs to. Samson still needs to improve on that back double and fix his midsection. Yeah, yeah. His midsection is increasingly becoming a point of conversation as each season goes on and as he continues to grow. In fact, when he first really put on the size in 2022, when he finished sixth at the Olympia, nobody was complaining about Samson's midsection. In fact, he was being praised for his midsection. And now the conversation is shifting as he continues to put on muscle. I think Samson's shape and structure is superior to Hadi, but Hadi really does look on par with 2019. Yeah, I know, and you have to go back to 2019 because it was Hadi's best look. You have to compare to that standard. He did it once. Once you meet a certain standard in bodybuilding and people see it, you have to do at least as good as that. That's it. You know, it's just the way it is. Get off Samson. Two bodybuilders in the world can beat him. One of them just happened to be in this show. Yeah, nobody's taking anything away from Samson when it comes to his potential to, still win the Olympia or, be one of the top guys in the world here. Second place, oftentimes when it comes to bodybuilding competitions, I do agree. People see it as a loss. But it's not a loss. It is still second place. I mean, second in the world it's second in the world. It's treated as a loss because at this level, or it's perceived as a loss, not just to the fans, but to the athletes as well. Hadi walked away from the Olympia last year thinking that he lost. Second or no, like first or none, basically, especially after you win the Olympia once, right? So that's why second is treated as such. And it would be the same thing in the Arnold Classic here. I'm sure that Samson, actually, I think Samson is the kind of guy that just is happy to be up there, to be able to compete and compete at the highest level, and appreciates the journey and the process and just being there, being able to travel the world. But there's definitely a part of him that will feel like it's a loss. Absolutely. Because, I mean, it is like you're losing as compared to first place, but just, you guys know what I mean. It's that champion mindset. And that's why these guys are the top in the world. Once a midsection expands, is there ever any coming back from that? Sure, sure, we've seen it. Rolly Winkler was the first guy that I remember that really, really pulled that off. Rolly Winkler had a huge distended midsection, and that was in the middle of the bubble gut era, right? He fixed it. He absolutely fixed it. He had a fantastic midsection when he finally made the improvements that he made. I think he attributed part of it to a waist trainer. I can't remember if that was actually true or not, but it doesn't matter. Rolly Winkler fixed his waist. You can do it. Nick keeps his waist in check, and Nick is huge, man. By all rights, Nick should have blown out his midsection. And a lot of it does come down to control. Look at Hunter Labrada. He improved his midsection. Some people think marginally. I think more, I wouldn't say drastically, but I wouldn't say marginally. I would say that he improved it. He noticeably improved it. So it can be done. Where do I think Prime Nick Walker would place in this lineup? Second at least, if not first. If not first. I got a lot of confidence in Nick Walker. Hadi's composure does need work, but it's much better here. Much better at this show. And that's really the only time that Hadi's always been an aggressive guy. He does have a reputation for his aggression in the gym, on stage. Don't mess with the guy. But his composure is better here. I think Samson's been growing so fast he doesn't have it figured out yet. He'll be the best bodybuilder in 2 or 3 years' time. Putting on new muscle is difficult to peak for. I was talking about that earlier. The guys that really do well, it's the same thing with Derek Lunsford. Like, it's difficult to improve when it comes to that mature muscle look when you're still putting on that muscle. You need to have that muscle, train that muscle, retain that muscle, and get that mature look to that muscle. That's the big thing with any competitor that's looking at putting on size. And I talked about Nick before. Nick is not gaining any significant new size at this point, which is why he's starting to, like, he has that mature muscle, and he had it since he really started anyway, right? So some people are just genetic outliers. Branch Warren never won the Olympia. He's still great. No shame in second place. No, there's no shame. No shame whatsoever. Zero. Absolutely zero. Okay, they're moving into the men's physique awards here, you guys. So moving right along. And after this, we'll have the awards for finals. So they're going to give out the top 6 awards. What do I think of Xavier thinking Samson will win? I think Xavier is eating his words right now, bro. But Xavier is a professional at what we do as well. Look, the guy made a prediction, and he'll own up to it. He's owned up to it before. There's no shame for him either, right? And he was basing it off of, what he perceived as being the superior physique. And it was a fair bet going into this that Samson would win, you know? But the definitive statement of Hadi will lose, I think, was a bit strong. But look, I make definitive statements like that myself when I feel strongly about things. Breon deserved third place. I was very, very, definitive about that. And I don't make strong statements like that unless I really feel strongly about it. You guys that follow my channel, you guys know. Oh, Siege, we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for tuning in. Can we just say Akeem is the real winner tonight, written off by most, didn't come in perfect in prejudging, but kept it together and looked amazing tonight and could be in third? Absolutely. Scott Busby. Excellent point. Akeem is the winner tonight in a lot of in a lot of the sense of where he started at prejudging to where he is now, and just realizing the potential that we know he has. We've seen it before. And for him to be able to regain it after, a few shows of not getting back to, his former glory, things are looking up for Akeem. He's going to get some major momentum heading out of this show. Major. People are going to have their eyes on him when he chooses another show to compete in. Xavier's still saying Samson has a chance and gave a bunch of poses to Samson. Look, Xavier's been doing this a long time. Xavier knows his shit, man. I'll have to go and ask him about it, or I'll ask him on the next bodybuilding breakdown exactly what he thought. But yeah, that's not how I see it. Not how I see it at all. I don't know if Samson won any pose over Hadi. I don't think so. Maybe the side chest, but no, no, I don't think so. No. Who won? I went away. No one yet, bro. But Hadi. Yeah, Breon was robbed. Vitor Chavez, third place in men's physique. Yeah, this guy's got good legs. See, this is what men's physique should be, right? Not huge legs, but definitely has legs, and those board shorts are filled out. Samson didn't take a single post. No, I don't. I really, thinking about it, no, I don't think he did. Okay, second place men's physique. Vinicius Matez Lima. Sorry. All right, your second place finisher. Look, you guys, it's very clear that men's physique is not going to award guys that basically look like they could step on a bodybuilding stage and do very well. They are getting back to the division and what it wanted to, what the division was created for originally, with still having its modern influence. The guys are definitely bigger, and I respect this division a lot more than than I did, and a lot of people really were not fans of this division when it first came out. It was kind of a joke. Tonight doesn't have the spectacle of last night with Wesley's win. Yeah, Classic kind of stole the show here. Yeah, Classic kind of stole the show. Okay, your winner, 2024 men's physique winner here, Diogo Montenegro. Very seasoned competitor in men's physique, and yeah, he brought it tonight. He's got a great physique for men's physique. He always places very well at top level shows. Yeah, Wesley is going to improve his legs. I'll tell you right now. So next up, you guys, is going to be the awards for the men's open. We are very very close now. Very close. I don't know how Ramon Dino felt after his second place finish there, but Arnold probably feels awkward about that. um, I don't know. I'm sure Ramon Dino didn't feel good about it. Like I was saying, second place to a guy like Ramon Dino would feel like a loss. But I'm sure that he's able to come and bring his best to the stage yet. So wholesome to see Daddy Noel on stage next to Arnold. Bros tearing up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, these guys put in a lot of work, and it's not an uncommon thing when it all boils down to one moment and you take home a win. You know, I get it. It really is like men's bikini. Too many emotions. Yeah, look, these guys are. There is historically a lot more drama in the men's physique. There's no question. You know, not that it goes without the back and forths in the open as well. 212, you don't really see a lot of that. Classic, um, it's kind of a healthy banter between competitors. Guys will poke a little bit, but yeah, the online banter in men's physique is a little bit too much for me. Traditionally, I don't want to group all of these guys together and all that, but yeah, there's a little bit more talk online, a little bit more smack talk. I don't think it makes it any more interesting, personally, but these guys are these guys are the best in the world. So yeah, we'll be moving right into the men's open winners, you guys. Last chance to get in your top five. Uh, Very good. Very good. Arnold just made a comment about how these guys actually have bigger thighs and bigger calves. He's given them the recognition. Okay, so there you go. Arnold recognizing the fact that the division does have the legs, even though they're covered up by the shorts. So the division, the physique wise, isn't moving in the right direction. Wesley has the best chance of dethroning Seabum. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Imagine hosting the second biggest show in the world as a hobby. That'd be cool. Yeah, be a well-paying hobby. I'll tell you that. Yeah, that'd be a well-paying hobby. All right, guys, coming up, we have the men's open finals. Like I said, let me know your top five. Last chance to get it in. Now, let him hit a most muscular, Bob. That's what we want to see. So, this is your Arnold Classic champion 2024 in men's physique, Diogo Montenegro. Arnold spending way more time with this dude than Wesley. Yeah, I think Arnold was just trying to get in a couple of words in between this guy crying. Respect, though. Look, respect. This guy's a. I mean, Diogo Montenegro, like I said, he's been a long-standing men's physique, successful competitor. Not taking anything away from him, just poking a bit of fun. Best poser award has just been awarded, and it is going to Samson Dauda. Now, a lot of us had Antoine Vaillant taking home that best poser award. So Samson gets the $10,000 check. Okay. Best poser award. All right. I think that Samson was rushing his posing. We didn't get a chance to see him really in any of the shots. He would be in one and then out as fast as he was in. It was a creative routine, and I guess that's where the judges awarded him that. But I think that Antoine should have taken home that best poser award. Yeah, air travel in the Airbnb. Yeah, pretty much. Samson doesn't have good luck traveling either. Hey, they're going to give out the most muscular award. I mean, who are you going to give it to? Hadi or Akeem? Maybe Akeem would get it. I don't know. Who do you guys think could take home the most muscular award? What do you guys think? I don't know. I think you could see. I mean, Akeem from the back is not the most muscular. I mean, overall, Hadi is the most muscular, right? But I don't know if they would give Hadi an award like that and also give him the win. But I mean, it's between him and Samson, so they would give Samson best poser plus the win if he was actually going to win it. Horse, yeah. I don't think Horse MD is going to win that one. No, you guys don't think Hadi should get the most muscular award? I haven't seen anyone say Hadi yet. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I'm gonna say Hadi. Like I maybe Akeem. Maybe Akeem. But yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, come on, he is. I mean, he is the most muscular. There's no question. Yeah, nice $10,000 check. Very good. I don't think that's the only award he's getting tonight. Yeah, Hadi is, and he deserves it, man. He is like really, really thick, dense muscle. He's one guy that trains hard, trains heavy, and continues to respond to that type of training. He figured out what works for him, and it's the hard and heavy training, man. I've seen this guy do heavy drop sets on decline bench, like 4 plates, 3 plates, 2 plates, one, like just crazy sets, man. This guy trains like an animal. He doesn't shy away from free weights. And in fact, you see him doing a lot of free weight exercises. All right, they're going to bring everybody back out, you guys. We will be seeing who is the next Arnold Classic 2024 champion. What do you guys think? You still got Hadi? I got Hadi. Yeah, I got Hadi taking this one. Yeah, Hani actually had to stop him from training. Yeah, I know, I know. Hani's had to do that with Derek Lunsford in the past as well. These guys are just animals, man. I mean, no, well, I don't want to say that Hadi and Derek are on that same level. He's an animal, dude. Like, he is. This inspires better relations with Iran. Uh, I just want to see the best guy win. Sixth place. Sixth place. I'm gonna say, who man? I'm gonna, I'm gonna say James. Maybe Akeem. Yeah. See, the reason that Akeem took sixth place is because he was scored so low at prejudging that him doing extremely well here would have bumped him up to about sixth place. So that makes sense to me. Look, he showed that he still has potential. He can still be one of the best. Just bring that conditioning, dude, and bring up that back, and you're back to the Olympia, and you're looking at getting back into that top six, top eight. Hey, there's Nick and Guy. Dude, Nick looks huge, bro. Look how huge this guy is. Holy shit, man. Even the legs. Dude, this guy is. Nick is just massive, bro. All right, give Nick. You know what? Give Nick the trophy. Give him the trophy. James takes fifth. Yep, like I thought. Okay. Yep, James takes fifth place. So that means we could see either Antoine or John Delarosa taking fourth place here. This is cool. The former cast of the the Road Chat podcast meets the current cast. That's funny. Yeah, I don't disagree with James in fifth place. Bring Nick back out. Come on, just leave him there. I want to see him compared to the rest of them. uh, I can't wait to see Nick at the New York Pro. Do I not have volume on this? No, no, I don't have any volume on it, no. John Delarosa takes fourth place, you guys. That's a really, really good placing for him. He should be really happy with that. You know, he's got the muscle, he's got the balance, he brought the conditioning. Good for him, man. I think that Antoine would have been a deserved fourth place, though. I mean, he must be seventh right behind Akeem. He must be. I guess at the end of the day, he's just not big enough. He was conditioned enough, but I guess he just wasn't big enough. Third place, you guys. And Rafael Brandao takes third place. We all expected him to take third place here. He is massively improved from what we saw at the 2022 Olympia, and this was a well-deserved third place. You will see him go on to compete, and I do expect him to win a pro show and end up at the Olympia. One of the best structures in open bodybuilding right now. Yeah, this year-long off-season was not time wasted. He looks fantastic. Well-deserved third place. And he's pretty happy about it. He should be. Yeah, he should be. This is a great placing for him. All right. Here it is, you guys. Here it is. I think we know what's going to happen here. I think we know. All right, here we go. Second place. Samson takes second place. Samson Dauda takes second place. Hadi Choopan is the new 2024 Arnold Classic champion, dethroning Samson Dauda, somebody that many assumed was going to win multiple Arnold Classic titles. I think that Hadi came in just way, way too conditioned for Samson. Samson was just that little bit less sharp than what it really took to retain that title. And yeah, Hadi was a clear winner going into this. You know, we knew from the second that he walked out that he was massively improved and ultra conditioned. Like I always say, what's the best way to win a bodybuilding competition? You just need to show up absolutely undeniable. And that is exactly what Hadi did here tonight. He presented an undeniable physique, both in improvements from his last show and just in general of any package that he has brought to the stage. The midsection was massively improved, huge quads, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congrats to Hadi Choopan. Man, what a showing. What a showing. Thanks for tuning in, Davey Attic. I appreciate you being here, man. I really do. I really do. We'll catch you in the next video. Wow. So look, you guys, you can see that, Samson is, I mean, obviously, he's going to be a little bit upset about this, but, I mean, second place at the Arnold Classic is still nothing to be ashamed of, you know? But Hadi really, really did show the world that he still has what it takes to be Mr. Olympia. And not just because the other competitors might show up not at their best. Hadi showed up at his best, and him at his best, we know still can be a champion of the sport. This was a very well-deserved victory. Very well-deserved. So yeah, good for him. And this is the first Arnold Classic that Hadi has ever competed in. I mean, he's got an Olympia title. He has an Arnold Classic title. Like, very, very impressive. Looks like they're having some trouble with some pictures and stuff here. That's funny. Hadi being hard of hearing and doesn't speak any English probably doesn't help. But yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. Well deserved. Very, very well deserved. Jack Parcel, appreciate you being here, man. Thanks everybody for tuning into this. This was awesome, you guys. You guys made this a lot of fun. Hadi's calling out. It looks like Hadi might want Hadi Rambod to translate for him. Yeah, it looks like it might want Hani to translate for him. Yeah, look, see, this is this is a good moment. This is showing, Hadi still he's at the end of the day, seems like a pretty good guy. Neil T, thanks for tuning in, man. Really appreciate you guys being here. This was a great live stream. You guys made this, really really worth it. I'm glad that you guys all enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing these live streams I think throughout the year. We won't be able to stream every show, but I'll definitely go live and we can do live reactions. If you guys want to see that, you let me know. But yeah, yeah, this was great. I really really enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in, the Flint. Thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate it. So we'll hear what Hadi has to say here. I'll let you guys know here. I'll do New York. Yep, I will. Yep, I'll definitely do the New York Pro, you guys. Just trying to see what Hadi had to say. I don't know exactly. Huh. Huh. Arnold started speaking some. I don't know his native language, to be honest. Austria-Hungary. So what's that? I'm not sure. German. Not sure. But yeah, Hadi's got to be happy with this win. I mean, this was a very very well deserved decisive victory. From the second that he hit the stage, he was the clear winner. He was, and massively improved. Massively improved. That midsection, I can't get over it. The improvements in the midsection, just awesome. Huh. This is where I'll come to watch if you keep doing the Hey, listen, if you guys are going to tune in, I will definitely keep doing the live streams. Yeah, I really enjoyed having the conversations with you guys. This is what it's all about for me. This is what it's all about. So we'll keep this going. We'll keep this going all year long. The live commentary for the shows, we'll keep it going for sure. Yeah, Arnold's is even saying himself. He said that Hadi was clearly the winner. In yeah, I know Hadi's native language is Persian, but I think it's Farsi. Actually, Hadi speaks Farsi. But yeah, Arnold is saying like it was pretty obvious that Hadi was the clear winner yesterday, clear winner today. You know, and he was. He absolutely was. Mm. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Arnold is making an announcement here about the prize money. Holy shit! The winner, Arnold Schwarzenegger, just announced that the winner of the Arnold Classic in 2025 is going to win $500,000. Wow. Wow. $500,000. You guys, the Olympia is $400,000. I mean, that is that is an incredible announcement, you guys. I wasn't expecting that at all. $500,000 to the winner? Wow. Wow. This is unheard of. This is unheard of. Arnold is on track to make this show the biggest in bodybuilding hands down. I mean, another $100,000, he's going to have this is going to attract more talent to the Arnold stage than it will the Olympia. Wow. You guys, that is absolutely incredible. I hope the live stream is free again. I mean, if he's going to increase the prize money of that, then he's got to keep the live stream free. Come on, come on. But man, $500,000. I was expecting like 400 at least. But man, that's a lot of money, you guys. And you know what? You'll see the regular pro shows throughout the year increasing their prize money as well. You'll see $25,000, $30,000 in some shows. I feel the Dubai Pro, I think, is like 50,000 or more. So yeah, this is what athletes really deserve, and it shows that our sport is growing. I mean, look, it's undeniable. If the money is there, then the sport must be growing. I mean, that's just how it works. So that is the coverage of the 2023, or sorry, 2023. It's getting late here. The 2024 Arnold Classic, you guys. This was an incredible show. Incredible. We had Wesley Vissers in a massive upset over Ramon Dino, probably one of the most unexpected upsets in the history of classic physique. And we had a very definitive champion on the other side of things in Hadi Choopan, who was the clear winner the second that he took the stage. He was massively improved and took home a very, very well deserved victory here and puts himself on track for still being a very serious contender for that Olympia title. So listen, I hope you guys really enjoyed the coverage here. I really enjoyed bringing all this coverage to you guys. I mean, this was fantastic. This is like one of the few live shows that I've actually done, and I've had great interaction with you guys. You guys tuned in, you were in the comments section. You guys are honestly just as awesome in here as you are in my regular videos. Thank you very much for just, having the conversations with me and being involved. This was great. Yeah, this was great. So yeah, Hadi getting in some handshakes with some fans and probably hit a couple more poses. And yeah, he walks home with another $300,000. And Hani Rambod takes home another win. Hani Rambod is definitely setting himself apart from the rest of the pack. Just as we really saw Hadi so far ahead of everyone else, Hani is hands down the best coach in the world right now. Hands down. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. We have a massive announcement from Arnold Schwarzenegger from changing the prize money from $300,000 this year to $500,000 next year. We'll talk about that in my video tomorrow for sure. Incredible announcement. And you guys, this was this was it. This was an incredible Arnold Classic. Absolutely incredible. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go through a couple more comments here before we sign off. Great live shows. Thanks, Peter, for tuning in. Appreciate it, man. Rich B says looks like the Olympia team needs to step up the prize money. I mean, I can imagine Dan Solomon right now is probably like, fuck, really? Like, because he knows he's got to do it. He's gonna have to bring up that prize money. Absolutely. If the Olympia wants to maintain its status as the premier show in bodybuilding, Money talks, man. That's what it is. I mean, the Olympia is always going to be the Olympia, I think. But yeah, they're going to have to bump up the prize money, and they can do it for the sake of another 100,000. They can they can do it. They're a big organization. There's a lot of things the Olympia team needs to step up. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They should just hire the team for the Arnold. They're doing it right. Well deserved win for Hadi, definitely on a different level. Yeah, he was well ahead of the pack, Rich. You know, well ahead of the pack. He was the clear winner, no question. Their stupid $100 pay per view stream and shitty stage for one. The lighting at the Olympia is really what gets me. Like, just fix the lighting. It's the Olympia. It should be the best lighting in bodybuilding. You cannot tell me that they cannot make any venue work. I mean, it's the Olympia. And that's all you have to say. That's it. Thank you, Carl Indinoli. Appreciate you being here. Rich, as always, dude, always appreciate you being here. You're an OG of the channel. Thanks a lot for being here. So, you guys, that is the finals complete for the men's open lineup at the 2024 Arnold Classic. We have Hadi Choopan taking first place. Samson Dauda takes second place here. We had Rafael Brandao in third. Fourth place, my God, it really is getting late here. John Delarosa takes fourth place, and we have James Hollingshead taking fifth, and Akeem Williams taking sixth place. And yeah, fantastic show, you guys. Fantastic. What is it? The Olympia can't get anything. Not even the winner. Oh man, if Hadi shows up like this at the Olympia, I don't think there's going to be any question. Aside from Nick Walker, we're going to see improvements from him as well. And look, yeah, it's all in good fun. I got you, bro. I got you. Thank you very much for tuning in, you guys. Look, I'm going to come at you guys tomorrow with an update video. We'll discuss all of the findings that we have here. We'll go through the 4K footage. I'm assuming it'll be posted by then. We'll take a look at the comparisons. We'll talk about some of the highlights from the weekend. And we'll look forward to the next show, which is going to be the Arnold Classic UK. So, again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream here. We'll keep this going all year long. So, that's going to do it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.